What is happening, Internet? Welcome to Kwingsletsplays. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell. Special shoutouts to our members, including our... That's right, our ultimate members. If you guys want to hop aboard the membership train, just click right here. Meow. No! And select the tier that works for you. Shadow! Shadow, why? Been peaceful all... Ah! Stupid! You ruined my plug! You're right in the middle of the plug, furball freak. Alright, so, just heads up, guys. I was originally going to stream 2 different games today, but I decided against it because it's in poor taste. I really don't want anything with guns tonight. And I was going to look at a game called Thief Simulator, but with people breaking into people's homes and ransacking businesses and things like that. I just think it's not in the right mindset to do something like that, and I don't want to do anything to take away from the actual peaceful protests. I believe there's 2 groups. I believe there's a morning group like we have in Philly here that they're not showing on the media, that they're doing the right thing, they're not causing any problems, and then you have the people at night that are just full-blown crazy to the point where you got to bring the military involved, and it's just, I don't know. I'm going with 2 groups. The peaceful group and the crazies at night. So I don't want to do anything to glorify the crazies. I'd rather lift up the people whose voices need to be heard. The morning group. So, but anyway, I was reading your guys' request to see this game come back, and I was thinking about streaming some other things, like I said, but it didn't work out. Ooh, free potion. I could use a free potion. Also, I'm not going to be talking too much about things because we were censored by YouTube last time we tried to play this game. They sabotaged our stream, they killed our feed, yeah, so just going to keep this mostly about Bart the Viking, if it is okay with all of you. And yes, I know I did terrible in the Xenoblade episode that went up today, the Fiora-based episode. Sorry, I couldn't really dedicate a lot of time to doing Xenoblade at the time because I was still grinding heavily in Minecraft and also trying to figure out some puzzles that I got stuck in Shantae. So tonight I'm going to dedicate more time to learning how to play Xenoblade. It's very confusing. Master Sword and some other people on my Twitter wrote me like this massive TM of like, it's got to be 9 paragraphs of just like all the different things, and I'm looking at this and I'm just like, you know, it doesn't... When I see something like that, I appreciate the time it took to write that out. But for me, coming into this as someone who doesn't hardcore play Xenoblade and seeing all that stuff is just like, oh my gosh. You know, it's like, it's so confusing. It's too much. But, like I said, we're going to be playing the game for some time into the fall, so... chances are I'll get better at the game. Maybe. I don't know. I'm hoping. But anyway, welcome back to the world of Bart the Viking. And, Derek, the, yeah. It's Derek. I'm gonna shout out our members at the end of the stream. Hopefully Shadow won't be annoying little fur monkey. Maybe she's trying to shout them out too. I don't know. And like I said, guys, keep an eye on the feed. I'm not seeing any problems. I had no drop frames or anything last time either. That was all YouTube. And it was really annoying too, but... So we won't be talking about that evil organization that is trying to ruin everyone's fun on YouTube tonight. Because apparently we were censored. Shh.
This is what I haven't stopped.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so I need to sell some stuff because we can't go into missions without selling stuff. So.
People want to know...
Hmm.
I don't even know if,
Yes.
I don't know if we can talk about the pandemic, but someone wants to know if you're being safe and wearing a mask when you go out.
I don't leave the house very much because I have a compromised health, so to speak. So Amber has been our little foot soldier going out and getting food, and she is hardcore and wears gloves and a mask and even a coat. So and she wears she's just rocking it. She's done her best to, we disinfect our house once a week. We disinfect our groceries, which you've seen with our vlog, where people made fun of me. They're like, "Why the mask?" It's like the ninja mask is so I didn't have to breathe in the fumes. My really powerful mask came, one that has built-in filters and other things that doctors in like war-torn countries use in the field. So,
Here,
that's
show you. Here, you can show. This hasn't been out for a long time. So
this is Amber's mask.
And I couldn't find any actual gloves like that were available.
She
so
has,
these are the gloves I use.
she has garden gloves, but this is her little mask.
Garden gloves. I wear these, and I wear that mask when I go out.
My mask looks like Bane mask, basically. It's like, well, not a Bane mask. Do you guys remember what Ra's al Ghul and his troops wore in Batman Begins? Like when they were spraying the fear toxin? That's my mask. My mask has like a built-in filter. It's got like this circle in it, and I sound pretty intimidating when I put it on. So apparently they're passing a law in Pennsylvania where after the pandemic is over, it won't be illegal to wear masks. So I will be leaving my house more because I would love to wear a mask, but there were laws and stuff that because people took advantage of the whole mask law, and they will again.
I got Luke a very it has many layers of filter.
Yeah, it has. It's a filtered mask, and I did not take away from medical professionals. I ordered that thing back in February, and I put a delay on it until end of May. So I wanted to make sure that if there were any medical providers or people that were trying to get that special type of mask, that they would be able to. It's a very expensive mask, though. I saved up for it, and I just like sometimes when I went to potlucks at church or whatever, I'd always let people go ahead of me first, and then I would go in and get the leftovers. This was a leftover mask in my opinion. I delayed the order as long as I could, but I'd like to be safe too, So I have a really cool mask, and I'll show it to you guys sometime. Right now it was in use lately, so I have it upstairs airing out after I cleaned it. So that's what's going on with that. Exquisite Shield of Embers.
Are we having trouble getting the game that Ed wanted us to play?
No, I haven't. I have the game upstairs. I just haven't had time to set up my Wii. Like, Xenoblade has been pulling a lot of duty on me.
Because he's saying he could request a different game.
No. I mean, that's fine. Nights will happen this weekend. Our Wii is right there. Well, you can't see it, but it's there. And then Nights into Dreams is up there somewhere. I just have to get it. I haven't had time to set it up.
We've just been covering several games at once, and we're kind of trying to get everybody's member request, or that's right, for our ultimate members. So we still have a few that we need to do. So
I know I'm being bad. I'm getting rid of some
way
stuff.
late on Tomb Raider. Very late on Tomb Raider. I don't know where I should do Tomb Raider, and we're late on a few others, and we're late on
a bunch of stuff.
Thank you so much for becoming
Oh, Shadow Knight. Wait,
member.
was it Shadow Knight? Was Shadow Knight a member before?
Reinstated it, actually.
Might have been a renewal. Yeah. Thank you for renewing. Appreciate it. Enjoy that yellow emblem, my friend.
Yeah, and I actually wore the...
I'm gonna have to get a renewal thing.
I actually wore those gloves, a few days ago, so that's why I wasn't letting you touch them. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I just washed my hands. But we've been safe, and hello, Sed from Shanghai and everybody.
Hello. How are things in China today? Hopefully they're doing pretty well. Minor, I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't really need it. More or less. Member hype. It's renewal hype, but it's a big help for us for you renewing as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I think
He-Man boots.
Hey Kim and everyone.
Hi Kim, how you doing tonight?
I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I guess some people were saying their they have to make sure that they stay in at their curfew. But yeah, so just be careful, guys.
Yeah, if any of my subscribers, if you guys were out like protesting in the morning, God bless you, but stay home now. The night crowd is dangerous. There's kidnappings, there's violence, there's all kinds of things that are happening. Hang out with the good people during the day, the people that are cleaning up after the mess that the rioters made. And, you know, you want to protest, do it in the morning, because that's when you're the safest, it's light out, and the crazies come out at night. So just be safe, every one of you, please. And, not a shameless plug, but watch my stuff. No. No. And also, sorry for not streaming yesterday, but what happened was we ran out of content. And, I've been sleeping a lot more than I normally do. Inspect. Oh, I thought that... I've been playing so many different games that I think I can click on things and I can get, like, I can get items for clicking on stuff. I can't. It's like, would you like to click on this? Yeah, sure. Why not? No, it's not really going to help anything. You're breathtaking! Thank you so much for subscribing.
Ruga has a request.
Uh-oh.
Has a super chat.
Uh-oh.
He says, Luke, I have a request. Time me out. He has a request to be timed out.
Okay. I mean, that's an odd request, but...
I'll wait.
I shall grant thee the request of... Why do you want to be timed out? What does this prove? Okay.
Okay.
Ruga's gone. Bye, Ruga.
Yeah, good to hear that you're doing well.
I have a mace.
I hope you and your family are doing
mace.
really well. And your little one at home. And somebody in the chat
Mace
said
to
that
the
they,
face. Oops. Yes.
They just oh my gosh.
Mace to the
Can't
face.
this order, we will definitely keep you in our thoughts and prayers. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Lost his job because of the virus.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
He's actually writing something.
Oh my goodness. We will definitely pray for you.
Yeah.
We'll definitely, like, I'll see about contacting some prayer chains tonight so we can get more hands on deck, so to speak. Get as many people praying as possible for the situation.
Like, I mean, if you clearly have no, like, family to go to and you cannot pay your rent, like, I mean...
And Salvation Army could
Well, the Salvation Army
could help with
doesn't-
food.
They give you food.
Yeah.
But, like, I remember I didn't have a place to live one time, and I went to the YWCA, and they were, like, supposedly trying to help me out.
Well,
but
guys don't have organizations like that. Women have, like, places
women have
that they...
lots of
Yes.
organizations that can help. Like,
Men don't.
yeah.
Salvation Army for food, I mean,
you know what? We're gonna be keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. We're gonna be praying, so hopefully that won't happen. Like, there's also jobs online.
there are a lot of jobs online right now, and companies are even talking about, like, allowing more work from home type things.
I actually watched this thing on the news where it said, like, if you can't pay your bills because of the, pandemic and stuff like that, that a lot of companies are actually giving a lot of leeway to people right now if you just call them on the phone and explain the situation. I mean, maybe that's a lie from the media, but
I don't trust the media, personally.
I don't know. We will be praying for you, and I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's a bummer. I knew this kind of stuff would be happening, though. This is a problem with closing the country down, but I mean, everybody needs to buckle in because of all the rioters and other things like this. I mean, the virus is not done. It's coming back. Even in Pennsylvania, we've had a surge of stuff again, like, just since the past week. We were actually going down. For the first time, our area was opening up. It's not anymore. Oh my gosh, I don't know what this guy's weak against. Ah!
Yeah, Elementary, my dear, says I have also been sleeping a lot more.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my defense,
Well, Luke hasn't been sleeping a lot.
I broke the cuddle thing. So, Amber was very distraught. I gave her a hug this morning, and right here where I'm sitting, I fell asleep holding her for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, Luke wouldn't touch me after I went out.
She
I just like hung on to Luke and I was like, oh, I need a hug. And then like you were like soft, warm.
It felt so nice.
And then you fall asleep.
It was like, I've missed this. Because it's been a week since she went out. So I gave her a hug, and I passed out, like, right here. It was like a Kodak moment. And apparently I snore. I never knew that.
My hugs are more like hug attacks, where I, like, grab onto Luke, and
like a
then
boa constrictor.
He's like, no, the hug is over, and I'm like, no, it's not.
I'll tell you when the hug is over.
Yeah.
It was so warm, and I just was like, ah. Because I don't even remember losing consciousness. It was just, I was done. I was up all night editing, and I stayed up today. So I went to bed like around 1 o'clock today, 1 p.m. And Amber and I recorded Xenoblade and Shantae. So if the Xenoblade episodes, like the next two, are a little zany, it's because I was up all night. And the Shantae episode was really funny. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I can't tell you. I just know that we were both laughing, and it was crazy.
Luke wouldn't touch me for like 3 or 4 days after I went out to get the groceries.
Well, because symptoms take about 5 to 6 days to show.
And he was waiting for 7 days.
I was just...
And like every time I wanted to give him a hug, he was like,
no.
He's like, stay away from
don't make me get the spray bottle. I
then,
will get the spray bottle.
And it was at the point of tears. So like some of our videos, like where like we were recording and stuff, some of them I was getting angry at him before, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have a horrible time recording this. So you wouldn't even give me a hug. Thanks a lot. And then you're like, well, we need to do this. And I was like, I don't want to because you won't hug me. I'm gonna quit.
You Philistine.
And then our video was like, hey guys. Like, we're playing this.
Yeah, I'm playing this game.
And then like after Luke hugged me, I was like, yay. And it's like, I was like hugging the kitty a lot.
You know, the poor cat's eyes look like we're gonna bug out.
Aww.
Mace to the face! Going to hit you with my mace. Stop it! Hit you with my mace and you're dead. Ah! Oh, we're weird. We're weird. Don't be like us.
We're very attached to each other.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm very,
That's why she needs her hugs.
I don't like. Basically, like the one time, like when this.
That guy's laying funny.
Okay, like when I actually went on this. I must have been on a train or a plane to go see you for Christmas. When you were in Massachusetts and I was in Illinois. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Ruga. Thank you, Baby Metroid. Oh, that's awesome, Said, since I'm gonna do a math project about you and your husband. Aw, sweet.
Math! Math!
Aw, Resident Link says, my wife doesn't even care. Even if I had the virus, she would hug me. Aw, that's so sweet.
Some things men are able to risk, some things not.
That is the kind of relationship I want to have.
That is sweet. Thank you so much for hopping aboard the membership train. Everybody give it up to Xavier.
Yes, a new member.
Xavier Curto, thank you so much for becoming a member. Hero Hype.
Hero Hype.
That's very sweet, Resident Links. You and your wife have such a cute relationship.
Kawaii.
You guys all have cute relationships with
your
wives.
There's a Streets of Rage retro stream this week. Amber and I will be playing Streets of Rage using the retro characters. So we hope you guys will look forward to that. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, I just like when I visit. I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I visited you, you weren't doing well after your car accident, and I visited you for Christmas, and I like saved up all my. Like, I was actually literally had no money. I actually was getting food from the Salvation Army, and all my paychecks I saved up so I could get a plane ticket to come see you.
I know, that was so sweet.
For Christmas, but when I was on the bus to go to the plane, there was like this older gentleman that was like literally talking to me randomly as we were going to see people on the bus. So he was like, oh, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I'm going to visit my fiance or whatever. And I was telling him there was some difficulties with, filming stuff, and I just started talking about it, and he was like, well, you don't really have to, you don't have to marry, sorry. I don't want to interrupt your dialogue.
No, my headphones were being like stretched like this, so I'd like to be comfortable and hear the story.
He said like that, you know, you don't really have. He's like, it doesn't really matter who you marry. You can marry anyone, you know. You don't. It's not like it's destined to be with somebody else.
I don't think I want to hear the story anymore.
And I was like, well, I don't believe that. Like, I don't. That's not what I believe. I do believe in like destiny. I don't believe my life is anything about you. I don't. You know, even if Luke and I ended up like, married to other people, we wouldn't be as happy as being with the person that I think Luke is supposed to be with.
Oh no.
I do believe that there's like, I don't know, I personally believe that there's like fate and you end up with the person you're supposed to be with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a chance you can like miss it and you can, you know, I think Luke and I both could have accidentally missed it. Like we were both like, you know, pushed towards other people at other points in our life. Where people are like, you should just be with this person because your family likes them or because it works out, it's easy. But like, love isn't really easy. Love like messes everything up. But in the end, like, it's probably the hardest thing ever, like, to get married to the person you're supposed to be with. That's why, like, I don't know, I get so upset when I see video game characters that get separated and they're supposed to be together because I know how important it is, because it's a feeling like that you can't understand. Never mind. I'm gonna leave.
You didn't cause it to jam up. I'm just, you didn't cause it to jam up. You're fine.
It's like
it's
you
funny.
can't, if you marry somebody you don't love, then you can't be yourself around them.
That's true.
And then you don't have, it gives your life meaning and stuff. For me, it does.
I concur. You're
Don't-
fine. You're
I don't
fine,
know
sweetie.
what I'm talking about.
You're totally fine. This game jams up a lot.
I just jammed up the game.
You didn't jam up the game. You didn't jam it up. The game jammed up. No, Chad. No huzzah. No huzzah for you. Huzzah denied, yo. Oh gosh. I didn't. Did I get anything for doing that quest, or am I just totally kicked out now? I think I'm totally kicked out. Oh my goodness. Well, that didn't go well.
Charles says, I have never gotten errors in this game.
You know what, Charles? You're like, I don't know. You're lucky.
People coming into the chat. Hi, Luca. Hi, Montanui. Hello, people coming in.
Hey, Montanui.
Great to see you guys, and I hope you guys are having a great day.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go, No! Alright, we're gonna level up our sword. Be quiet, you.
What is it?
Stuff. Actually, can I enchant my mace? I want to enchant my... And yeah, words.
Yeah, see?
Enchant my mace more. Make my mace better. Enchanteth. My maceth. Mace. Yes. Oh. Superior silver hand axe. Okay. What?
Oh, just so you guys know, I will be doing another,
A fire axe?
I will be doing another stream where I'm gonna visit more people for Animal Crossing.
Ooh.
I really don't know when Luke is gonna do an Animal Crossing stream. He's kind of like working himself to death already,
is a tricky endeavor.
Just so you guys know, like, if I do like a stream once in a while instead of him, even though I'm not as knowledgeable about game stuff, I'm probably not as witty or
I just
confident.
wing this.
I
What?
don't have the, deep baritone voice, obviously.
Please don't. I think I would have a lot of misgivings if
There's a
you
lot of
spoke like
things
me.
that Luke has that I do not have, but
What can I
hopefully
do for you?
you guys can just leave the stream. Not leave the stream now.
What are you doing? You're telling people to leave my stream now?
No,
What?
I meant,
Stay! Stay!
No.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
No, I was starting to say something. I was saying if I stream, then you can leave. You can watch. I'll change my. I'll change what I'm saying. If I stream instead of Luke sometimes, you guys can watch the stream, and then you guys don't need to say that I did a good job. You could just say it was good enough. I didn't mean to say the L word. I didn't mean to say that. Please come back. I'm gonna go over here.
Oh my gosh, Amber! Amber, why? Nah. What am I gonna do with you, Amber? What am I gonna do with
Let's
you?
see what we can improve.
Superior Watcher's blade has been whatever.
Are you okay, Amber, right now? I don't know. I'm having, like... Okay, so yesterday I tried to stream a lot for Animal Crossing, and then I thought we were gonna stream at night, but we didn't. So then I was like kind of feeling bad because I was like, oh great, they just got my
Let's see what we can improve.
stream. But I'm starting to try to realize that I'm a person too. So I'm here. I'm trying my best. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Then the next. And today hits, and I'm like kind of tired. I didn't really want to stream anymore because I was a little exhausted, especially because I had to go get my medicine today. I had to go out.
Her heart medicine. Heart related stuff.
I'm not on any kind of...
Good to see you again, warrior.
No, I'm on blood pressure medicine, not for that.
Woo! No. Amber's medicine, wink. No, it's heart related,
Nice to meet
blood
you.
pressure-y.
Also, if I was on that kind of medicine, or anyone else, then that would be entirely offensive. You're such an offensive person.
I know. What is wrong with me?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It was funny though.
It was funny. Yeah.
Actually, I would prefer you mock me in that way than like kind of like whisper behind my back like, "Oh,
She's one of those." No. Woo!
So anyway, I've just taken a nap today, and that's all I've done. I haven't done anything, so I actually have energy to talk.
There was no hot dogs either today. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know when you wake up. Hot dogs take 5 minutes to make.
I know.
I wake you up like...
I'm messing with you, man.
Oh, you can trigger me so bad.
It's written on the calendar for tomorrow.
I thought you were gonna say
No.
that I'm...
It says hot dog day tomorrorow. Hot dog day is tomorrow. Hey!
Thanks, Atomic Bat Bomb. Great to see our awesome members here in the chat. Atomic Bat Bomb, Just Chad, Lazar, Rain, Yu-Gi-Oh Dude, and John Doe, Ruga Tsukuyomi, and Charles the Green Dragon, and
Did anybody else see that lady just skating across the ground a second ago?
And I said Just Chad. And,
She's a witch!
Resident Lynx. And Lazar Rain. And Xavier. So, great to see you guys.
The Howling Cave.
And there's somebody else that I missed. I missed a member.
Yeah, you totally missed a member.
Thank you so much for being members. See, every time I say something awkward, then I decide to do a member plug right after that. So it deflects it.
I just don't know. I don't know with you, Amber. I can't even do the quest that I want to do the Howling Caves. I can't. I can't do the Howling Caves because... Oh, we completed a challenge. No, we did not. Why do they say completed a challenge? There's no challenge that's completed, yo. What are you doing, game? You're lying. Yee!
No, don't leave the stream, Chad.
Stop
no.
it! Stop it, Chad! Don't listen to this woman. She's terrible when it comes to stuff. You cannot enter a hostile area equipped without a weapon.
I sound like I could do a voice impression of Yang Zhao Long from Ruby.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Go forth and taketh that furry animal and putteth awayeth.
I probably sound... I don't know, never mind. Some people have said in the past I sound like I could be an anime character. That's mainly because I sound crazy, so... But I appreciate that.
My gosh! Come on, guys. Only I can make fun of my wife. And I do it playfully. I don't do it to the point where she's to tears or something. Oh gosh.
Looking for
Oh, it's this guy. It's Mr. Dryskin.
We haven't heard much about the green caps since their last raid.
You made Rugo leave again, Amber? Come on.
And Simon's is
You should ask around to see if anyone's heard anything.
Can I help you with anything, Dryskin?
See? I didn't bring up the issue. He did. He did. Him and that orc, man. I tell you. The fort has been considered haunted for as long as I can remember it. Maybe you should try there. There is a matter that begs your attention. Some people have been disappearing from a small village. The number has been steadily growing. The Queen would like you to find out why. Good. One of the people who has disappeared is a skilled ranger. She will be able to help, if she is still living. May the heist embrace you. Hist. Heist, hist. Hist, heist. I don't know. The Pool of Despair. Level 11. There have been several disappearances from the town nearby. I need to find out what's going on. Let's go!
Are Drake and Josh in Power Rangers Legacy Wars? I need to know. It is not a joke.
No. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that Drake and Josh from Nickelodeon are not in Power Rangers Legacy Wars. Confirmed. And no, Super Mario is not in Power Rangers Legacy Wars. Also confirmed. Alright, I'm gonna give this guy an outrageous accent because I can. Hello! Do you know the Ranger? Oh, she was here! I don't know where she went, though. Do you like my beard? It doesn't match my hair. It's all grungy and stuff. My mother's also missing. It's been days. No one wants to look for her because she's a bit of a witch. I will find her, do not worry. Oh, you will? Thank goodness. I need someone to give me a haircut. I tried it once myself and I cut off my finger.
What?
I'm sorry. When I get into character, it's just... Oh, never mind. It was funny to me. He looked like the kind of guy that would lose a finger trying to shave.
Sorry, we have a person watching. Lucas is watching his wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh. Maybe you...
No one can hear me.
No, you wouldn't... You...
Just responds to what he's saying. Lucas, I'm
If
sorry.
you're looking to buy some of our produce, I'm afraid you're out of luck. The elf ranger lady, she was here not long ago. Then she left, not sure where though. She said she would help. I hope she comes back.
Okay. Ranger elf girl.
Lucas, I'm sorry you had your wisdom teeth pulled down, but it says you're chilling here, watching Kwingsletsplays. So
Don't laugh too much or you'll hurt your teeth.
that's awesome.
Who are you?
I'm the one who should be asking that.
I am the mayor of this town, and if you don't speak to me properly, I'll have to ask you to leave.
My apologies. I was sent by the Queen to investigate.
Oh, good. I'm sorry, I haven't slept. Our crops are dying. We have few farms down the road, and everything there is...
I'll check it out.
Good. I mean, thank you. Anyway, you'll need to get this out of the village. Good luck.
I got a key. Bart is happy. From a green-skinned woman. More or less.
this town. Not for good.
Wow, that voice does not match that face.
Who said? Oh, you. Oh.
Off into the unknown I go. Openeth. You've used the keyeth to findeth your way ineth. Use the door key. What is the name of this quest though, by the way? Where are we? Quest details. Pool of Despair. I like that. We're gonna call it that. Despair.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't go out the grocery store today, but I did go
Thursday.
I went out today to get my... I went Thursday. Yeah, you're counting the days.
I am counting the days.
I did go out to get my... medicine today.
Late?
And I wore my gloves. And last time I went to get my medicine, I had a mask on through the drive-thru. And, like, I was so freaked out because I didn't want to touch anyone. And I had my gloves and everything. And, like, the lady was like, "Can you say the name?" And I said my last name, which, I won't say right now, but, I just said it and it just sounded like, "Mrrr." And I was just like, she's like, "Could you spell that?" I was like, "Mrrr." And then I was like, screw this, like, and then I was just like, take my mask off, and then I was just like, sorry about that, and I was just like, and said it again. And I think she thought I was insane, but it's like, I don't know what the rules are here. Like,
You have to keep your mask on. She'd be like, "Ah, call the cops! The mask is off! The mask is off!"
But I was in my car. I was in my car.
No
You
one
couldn't
cared
even
who
hear
I
what I was
was till I
saying.
put on the mask. And then no one could understand me. Oh my gosh. Let's go with the mighty fine axe. Hey. To cut things up with her sharp axe. Please don't jam up. I'm gonna cut you. Oh, I just hit you with a shield. Boo-hoo. Stab.
Dude, I wear the cheapest mask I can find.
She can't wear my cool mask. She'll get germs on it.
I also don't want to wear too many layers in my mask because otherwise I can't breathe and then I'll pass out.
Yeah,
just
this one, she's so small that
I can
she has to be able to
hardly
breathe.
I can hardly even breathe as it is. That's why I have a problem. Like, I don't really want to talk about this. This is the kind of
And yet, I don't want to talk about this, says she, but then
my
she
nose
just...
is so small that it's so hard for me to breathe through my nose. That
Why are you plugging your nose as a demonstration? It's
I'm
so
just
hard for me
saying-
to breathe, plugs nose. Do you
I'm
see...
just saying my nose is
See,
very
I don't
tiny.
even need TV. I have this one next to me all the time. She
My
makes me
nose-
laugh plenty.
My nose is so small that
Yes, I can demonstrate.
sometimes
I'm having issues breathing right now. I'm talking fine, but let me just...
sometimes
I've issues.
fine. I have problems where like
When I plug my nose, I can't breathe either.
No, I'm just saying like people like
When Amber, when you hold your breath, can you breathe? Can you? All right, she's trying. Here we go. Silence, people. Amber's playing the quiet game. Okay, you can stop holding your breath when I say okay. Wow, that's actually pretty good control so far. Although your face is turning like... Alright, it's turning colors. You should probably like stop now. That wasn't very long at all, actually. Ooh.
what I'm trying. Oh, fine. I'll
It's time. It's time for the hunter. Be warned, traveler. This land is blighted. Do you know the cause? The water's corrupted. The trees have already started dying. And the Spriggans are abnormally aggressive and hateful. Man, those Spriggans. Many of the plants that we eat from are withering fast. We may have to relocate. I'm looking for a missing people. Don't you mean missing person? I am looking for missing people! You mean the ranger? She was here to inquire about some missing humans, and went down this path to investigate. It's only path, and she has not come back. I fear the worst. But we've been too sick to go after her. The virus and all. Here, take this and go to Arcade. I got a key! Also, dude, you're not practicing social distancing. I'm letting you know. I'm not trying to be that guy.
Ethan says, really, Amber? Yeah, so, okay, so I have issues, like, I feel that my nose is, like, too small for my face. I don't know why, but, like, it's very tiny. Like, it never grew when... Okay. Anyway, so, like,
What?
I'm
I've
just
never
saying.
heard somebody complain about their nose not growing.
I just, please. Okay, you don't have the problem, like, most people don't have the problem.
Excuse me? Are you saying I have a big nose? Is that where you're going with this?
No,
Now you're...
no, it looks nice.
Are you judging me based
No,
on my appearance?
I actually wish
Is
I had...
this too long for you? Do you have a problem with this?
No, I want to switch noses with you.
You tiny nose people. How dare you?
No, I didn't mean to say that. Sounded so wrong and mean.
It did sound wrong. It did.
What I'm trying to say is, like, I breathe through my mouth a lot. Even when my voice lessons for my singing, I would breathe through my mouth, and it's completely incorrect. You're supposed to breathe. Whenever I breathe through my nose, it sounds like that.
Blow your nose, woman.
It just sounds really...
It's not supposed to sound like that.
It sounds
It means
really bad
you-
every time I breathe through my nose.
common sense would be like, oh, my nose sounds like that. I think I need to blow my nose.
No,
I can't breathe,
Well,
so
okay, I'm just saying.
I've
like,
got to get rid of my
No, even when
gold nuggets.
Okay, even when I'm not congested, it sounds really like weird when I breathe through my nose.
I just heard how congested you are.
No, I'm just saying I didn't know I was congested right now.
Then blow your nose.
I'm
My gosh.
completely embarrassed. I wasn't even trying to talk about that.
You're trying to breathe. She said she can't breathe. You hear all the snuffle thingy she's got in her nose. Yeah, well, I guarantee you after you blow your nose, you won't sound like you're suffocating. If your boogies are trapping your nose and having problems breathing, perhaps you need to blow your nose.
Okay, no, that's not what I meant to sound like. Okay,
All right, let me hear now. Breathe in.
Okay, that's
Breathe,
what it
breathe,
sounds like.
breathe, breathe. See, that sounds a little clearer.
See, but
Look
that's-
at that. You're
but
breathing
then-
better.
But that's what I sound like normally when I try to breathe in. It's really loud.
No, you hardly ever blow your nose. And that's probably why you're suffocating.
No, but I'm saying like
My tiny nose is the
I-
problem. No,
I
your
don't like
your
my-
lack of tissue etiquette is the
No,
problem.
I'm saying I don't like wearing a mask because I can't breathe through my nose in general.
Like-
What?
I would never let my nose get that clogged. To be like,
I don't know that it's clogged though.
that is clogged.
Even when it's not clogged.
Ah!
Even when it's not clogged though. Even when it's not clogged, I still can't breathe through it. It's too small. I'm serious.
Why do you make every? This is supposed to be a serious series about Bart the Viking.
I feel so weird.
You're
Maybe
making
we can-
Bart feel so. Look, he's jamming up.
maybe we
You're
can-
making Bart jam up now.
We can cut that part out.
You're making the game jam up. Oh my
What
gosh.
I mean to say, like, is like,
No, Amber.
usually I end up breathing through my mouth, and it sounds like in the microphone, like on cutscenes and stuff, where I'm supposed to be really quiet. It sounds like, it sounds like. It just sounds really bad. You told me before that it was creeping people.
Well, I mean, I do cut out your creepy breathing sometimes, especially
Yeah,
when it's a
yeah.
serious cutscene. Amber's here and she's like,
Yeah, because I can't breathe. I can't, for some reason, it's really hard for me to breathe through my nose. And that's why this mask thing is like suffocating.
ah!
Because if I have to wear a mask, I can't breathe through my mouth or my nose. And I feel constantly like I'm gonna pass out all the time. That's not how it sounds. That's not how it sounds.
I gotta do the voice of the creepy cultist.
Now I feel really embarrassed.
You, me, will be the next sacrifice. Oh, I don't think so. Shocked to see you. What are you doing, dude? Nope, I am not the next sacrifice, and you are dead. You are dead. You were. Oh my gosh! What did I do to him? What just happened? How is this even possible? Witchcraft! Witchcraft! What is going on? He wasn't even human. He wasn't even human. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
What? How did I didn't even know I hit him that hard. What is going on?
Yeah, so that's why Luke's job of editing is so hard, and it's hard for him to find a good editor because Basically, I sound like I'm from Silence of the Lambs in between cutscenes. Hello, Clarice.
Hello.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to... See, these are the things, like, that I'm not supposed to say out loud to appear more ladylike. I was just joking. I was playing a character. I'm actually perfect in every way. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
No.
Yes, I am. I don't have
Really, I
any flaws.
am. Really.
I don't have any
Really, I
flaws.
am. Really.
I don't have any flaws.
The door was used to unlock the key. This man's name is Melvin, you see. Where is the...
Where's the female death figure? Oh my gosh.
Are you Hendrik's protege? Shouldn't you be thanking me? My name is Bot the Viking.
Brilliant. I thought you might be the one to save me. It's amazing to finally meet you. Circumstances could be a little better, of course.
Colt?
Yes, they're insane, and the leader gives me the chills.
That would be why the crops are dying.
What crops are dying now? How long have I been in here? Go stop the cult. Also, I think I heard some footsteps behind you. Be careful!
Who is that?
Footsteps? What do you mean? Oh, wow, you have great... It's an elf. I was gonna say, she has great hearing. She must be an elf.
Well, I didn't like... Okay, maybe I shouldn't continue this.
Probably not. I mean, ooh, I'll have some bread. She looks like an orc.
Pretty weird.
She's been stuck in here.
She has some serious eye bags.
Yep. It's me in the morning.
No, this is the morning for you.
Aw, that's sweet. You! Help us! Why are you doing this?
We must. We must. Will you help?
I can help you get out of here.
No, you must die!
That's weird.
I'm glad you guys like my Isabel voice for Animal Crossing. I appreciate that, guys.
I apparently chopped her in half. Oh, you crazy cultists and your weird... I'm sorry, but that's the weirdest thing ever.
You need to make a TikTok, Amber. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. That'll be...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not very nice.
What? What
He
did
just
do?
pushed some person in the water after he stabbed him.
Oh, I missed it.
Yow, wow, 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 cultist sounds. Wow, you guys need sun badly.
It looks pretty tasty. Maybe they're vegan gold.
Vegan cult.
Maybe they're vegan.
Breatharians? You mean people that survive off living on smoothies? When they call them smoothie-tarians?
They said they can wean themselves gradually off food completely.
You can't be weaned completely off food. You have...
No! There's this guy that says he has. Like, he says he just thinks positive thoughts in the morning, and that's enough for him to breathe in the positive thoughts, and then somehow he's able to sustain himself on that. Positive energy. He thinks good things. Like, am fine. Like, I have plenty of energy. And if he just thinks that all day, he's fine. It's like the power of positive thinking. He doesn't need to eat.
I gotta progress the story.
I'm sorry.
I have to... I'm gonna be the crazy cultist guy. He looks like Skeletor, so...
A vengeful being has come to inhabit progress!
That's me. Will you stop, or do I have to kill you? What are you doing?
We require sacrifice. We require rot and decay. You will be the next to transcend pestilence.
Well, that was kind of disappointing. Oh, that was a girl. Oh, it was a girl.
It's fine.
Woohoo!
I don't know, but cults can be creepy a little bit.
Cults are creepy. Magic power, make me stronger. Yay! I got me some gold
Luke,
ignet.
You
What?
knew a girl who was in a cult one time. No, no.
Don't.
I know you're
I'm
there.
no. We're not talking about that story. That'll get me in all kinds of trouble.
I know. That's why I would not discuss it.
No.
But at least Luke pointed it out. He was like, "You're in a cult," and then she hated him, and she told everyone in the school that.
And I had a horrible high school experience because I did that.
She was a really popular girl, but she was basically in a cult. So Luke said,
I mean,
he was like,
she
"You're
was
in a
cute
cult."
for a cultist, but she was in a cult.
He was like, "You're in a cult," and then.
I was like,
and
I
then
can't,
she's
I
like-
can't go out with you. You're in a cult.
And she hated him.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Chad.
More of Luke's high school adventures. Yeah, I can't tell you guys the story because you wouldn't understand the contents of it.
Yeah,
Like,
we can't.
You have to
we
understand
can't go
that
into
if
it.
you don't understand the context, then you don't know what the definition of a cult is. Like the real definition of it, it's not gonna make any sense. It's basically like it's a Christian joke, kind of. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. She was describing what she believed or whatever, and then you were like, "So you're in a cult then?" and then she was like, "Ah!" Then the angry eyes came out.
Yeah, she was sweet and gentle until I said that, and then she it was like she became possessed. Cult am I?
And then she tried to hit Luke with her.
Back, fell demon.
And that's how I got Luke, because that girl was pretty, and then she's out.
Obviously, she wasn't pretty on the inside. That girl had a light switch that went off. She was like your typical
I'm a cheerleader. I'm a popular honor student. La 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 la.
Cult am I? Are you hexing me right now? No, I'm not hexing you. How dare you say I'm in a cult? How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's why, like, when I
Okay.
met Luke, he was like, no.
I was waiting for her head to spin around.
like a lot. Then she like got really mad, and she like made everyone in Luke's high school like hate him.
No! She cursed my game! Oh, gosh.
That's how I got Luke. And then people are like, "You got Luke from a cult." No! No, I'm saying that. Thank you for the super chat, Xavier! Thanks for
It's
being
hard.
one of our awesome members.
It's hard to explain. When I was
No, don't explain
Okay,
it!
I
Don't
can't-
explain
I
it!
can't explain
If
it.
you explain it, then it will be really bad.
I can't.
We can't talk about that
I
other than that.
I can't talk about it. I'm
can't
not
talk-
I'm not making fun of Christians. That's she wasn't a Christian. She wasn't a person of
She
faith.
wasn't of any
No.
normal religion that is normal.
Right.
Like that is like people are generally. Let's just not talk about it. She's in something else.
She had some
it's
funky
something
beliefs.
Else.
She had some funky beliefs.
She believed she was like everyone else, but she
She
was in
wasn't.
this weird group that
Yeah.
was not like everyone else.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about it.
And then it was like straight up
We're not
every
talking about
time
this.
I saw her, it was kind of like the Exorcist type of thing. It was just really weird.
No. How did Luke deal with all the haters from school? Well, let's see. He was a year older than everyone else. So
I was a year and a half older than
people would
everyone
always
else.
try to pick on him when he was 18 and everyone was like 16.
16. Yeah.
And they would try to get in fights with him, and if he would try to hit back, then he would end up getting literally.
I would
would end
almost
up
I would almost get
almost
arrested.
Yeah, he would almost. So people would.
I
constantly-
got detained a couple times. Like I defended myself against like this younger kid, and they called his parents, and then they called my parents, and I was sitting in the principal's office with a police officer, and they were going to arrest me because they said I was instigating violence at the high school or something. When I wasn't. I was minding my own business. This little short guy came up to me and he tried to like kidney punch me. I moved out of the way, and he tried to punch me. I dodged it. I grabbed his head and I slammed it into the locker behind me. He passed out. I got in trouble. So I was sitting in the principal's office all day with the officer because the father was going to press charges, like the kid's dad. That was not fun.
Sorry, I didn't mean to keep clearing
But
my throat.
they were always trying to come after me because I was older than everybody, and also they didn't like me, probably because of the. Interestingly enough, the girl who was in the cult that I didn't shame, but I said something, her name was Amber. So.
Yeah, her name was also.
And she was like the queen of the school or something
Yeah,
like that. So
Atomic Bath Bomb, I was not popular. in
Amber
high school.
wasn't popular. She was an honor school.
I wasn't popular, but I was like in the choir and everything like that, in orchestra. Like, I mean.
Because I didn't believe in getting in fights because in martial arts there's discipline that you learn. You don't learn martial arts to go fight people. So. But I had people that were always trying to mess with me, so I had to find ways of diffusing the situation. And frankly, when I had a bad day anyway, because I used to get bullied in gym, so this guy came up to me. He took a swing at me, I dodged, and I slammed his head into the locker. And then I was the one in trouble because I was older. So part of the reason why I left high school as quickly as I did, because I had literally people after me. So I had to... beat the system. I found a way to graduate early. I doubled up on all my curriculum that I could, and I left during my junior year. I didn't have a senior year in high school.
Luke almost, like, high school for him was like a living nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Because after that moment where that really popular girl really liked him, and he like basically shot her down and made fun of her, like...
I don't have a lot of tact, okay?
No,
but,
you were just being honest.
I was being honest,
Luke
yeah.
was trying to do was he was trying to warn her and explain to her that she was in a really bad situation.
I was doing sarcastic humor.
Thank you for the super chat, Xavier.
It was just,
Yeah, we're not gonna say what kind of group it was. We're not gonna say you guys have a lot of different views. We're not gonna go into this.
Nope.
Let's just say it's not a normal group of people. So, like, basically, they made this Luke's life a living nightmare. They always tried to pick fights with him and try to get him to punch back when he was 18 and they were all 16.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke had to learn to basically take, like, verbal and, like, basically punching abuse, like, all the time in high school.
I didn't take punching abuse.
You didn't?
I never let them.
Back?
I didn't let them hit me. No way.
Okay, good.
I'm not.
If
you let people hit you, I mean, they can get away with things. I accepted the verbal abuse, but when they took a swing at me, I would just basically I did the thing where I slammed the kid's head against the locker. I've thrown people. I was in the lunchroom once, and some guy came up to me and he tried to. I forget what he was trying to do, so I just like kind of threw him. I didn't throw him very hard, but
like, these people were literally coming into like
we were from a very violent high school.
Yeah,
like,
our high school was rough.
It was very bad.
I can tell you right now, like even when I was in like grade school playground, you weren't there. 4th grade, there were 2 kids that almost. I can't even talk about it. They almost killed each other.
They're gonna shank each other in 4th grade.
No, they were strangling each other.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is my swing! No, it's my swing, fool!
Yeah, like
Preschool gang!
it was so where Luke and I grew up, it was really
I'm sorry.
rough.
I'm sorry.
Like really rough.
I didn't grow up there. I was from New York,
Okay,
and
I
your
grew
town.
Up there, Luke moved there.
Your school was like listed as one of the most dangerous in the state.
That explains so much.
I know.
So yeah, like Luke had to learn. I don't know how Luke actually got by.
How I tried to. I basically practiced social distancing before it was cool. So what I did, I did everything I could to let people know I didn't want to. I didn't have a lot of friends because of it. So what I did, if you're trying to stay alive in high school or whatever, stay out of trouble. I would bring my Bible everywhere, so I read my Bible a lot. I had my Game Boy, I read, I had like Japanese poetry books. I wore a leather jacket. I had Sony headphones and a Walkman. I tried to basically be a shadow in that school as much as I could, but sometimes people just wanted to fight me, so I'd have to defend myself. I've got jumped on the way to my car a couple times. I had to stop eating in the lunchroom. I stopped going to gym, so they almost failed me from school because I wouldn't go to gym anymore.
Yeah.
It
was
was
really
it was
rough.
bad.
So, like, even though Luke is, like, the sweetest guy in the world...
I wouldn't say that.
It appeared to people in the school that he was a delinquent. I think that's why, like, he really loves that one anime with Haremon.
School
so
Rumble?
Like Luke's
yeah,
character.
I related to...
But you weren't a delinquent.
I wasn't a delinquent.
You just acted like...
I had to act the part.
He had to act tough so that people wouldn't mess with him.
And people still tried to mess with me. It's like, you're gonna take me down thinking I'm like some type of gang leader or something? Okay, don't mess with me right now. I just got an F in English.
So then when
Just
Luke,
leave me alone.
When people heard that Luke and I were dating, it was really weird because in the school, I was like in all these clubs and groups.
And I had a reputation that I didn't know I had.
And I was the shyest girl in the school. Like, I was so shy and quiet.
Oh, gosh.
And then, like, it's like, oh, this shy, sweet... Like, it appeared to all these people that, like, this shy, sweet...
Hanging out with the school thug.
yeah, that's exactly what it was like. People thought...
Oh, my gosh. Amber's fallen.
They were like, oh, wait, the really shy girl who doesn't talk to anyone, like, and is so shy. But
And this guy... Hey.
She quietly... And then he's like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
And I'm just like...
Let's just say I laid on the accent really thick in high school because I didn't want... I didn't want people to mess with me, so I had a bigger bark than a bite. It was not fun though. I don't, and that was back in the early 2000s. So I don't. School has gotten so much worse from now.
Like, well, that's when Luke and I were in middle school. That's when they started implementing the rule. Like, even if somebody tries to like, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this.
What are you
but,
gonna
like,
say?
I was saying,
I'm
even
nervous.
If
what are you
comes
gonna
at
say?
You and tries to attack you,
Yeah.
or beat you up, and you fight back, both of you get expelled, which is completely wrong. Like, you should be able to defend yourself.
I agree.
But like, yeah, Chad was saying like, what? So the school just wanted you to take abuse? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how American public schools work.
Well, the kid who was on the he was a kid from overseas. His dad was on the kid who tried to like mob rush me or whatever he was trying to do in the locker room. I don't know. Like I said, I just got an F in English that day, and I was really upset. Yeah. And my dad told me that, you know, it's okay to block their punches, but don't fight back.
Yeah.
You know, he says if you have to flip somebody. But this kid had been pestering me, kept like questioning my sexual identity and screwing with me. And I was sick of it, so he came up behind me, he was blowing in my ear, and he was saying, like, these terrible things. He tried to grab me, and I just, like, I moved out of the way, grabbed his head, and I hit him as hard as I could up against the locker. Like, just, BAM! And everybody looked at me, and that's when my reputation started at school. I was just like, what?
Oh my gosh! You know, because
come on!
Like Luke's dad.
And then they just kind of move out of the way. I walk away. I'm just like, that's what I thought, punks. And then I'm halfway down the hall, and the school security guy grabs me and hauls me into the principal's office. And I'm like, what? What'd I do, Chuck? And he's just like, I can't believe you, man. It's like, what? So yeah, that was. I actually thought I was going to jail, but at that point I was like, that was totally worth it.
Well, I mean, if you make someone angry, but yeah, Charles, you're right. What happened in my 4th grade in my school is really crazy. But yeah, like Luke was like a, you know.
But the town that Amber and I lived in at the time, like they gossiped like crazy. So my parents found out. My church found out. Like I think I got fired from one of my jobs I had. Because I had 2 jobs my junior year of high school.
Well, I actually felt safer whenever I was with you.
That's good.
I thought, like, as soon as you were like, well, I know martial arts and I'm able to defend myself. Like, actually, some guy, you don't even remember it because Luke has a lot of memory loss from his accident.
Car accident, yeah.
But some guy started messing with me, and Luke literally stood up for me. Like, you don't even remember it, but like Luke put that guy in his place, and I was just like,
sounds like me though.
Whoa. I was just like, oh my gosh, nobody has ever done that for me. Like, I came from a really dangerous neighborhood too, but like, I could not defend myself. No, I thought I was gonna die on my way to school every day. Literally.
Yeah, Amber lives in a very, very poor area.
How I dealt with it was I made friends with all the girls that were in my area that were huge. And they were...
But anyway, back.
I don't want to tell... Yeah, they were...
Back to the story.
They
so
did questionable things in their off time.
We're dating. I'm back from New York because everybody in that town, you know, the delinquent is gone. I came back from school and I wasn't completely different. I was myself, and Amber and I started dating, and the town just could not shut up about it. Like, I would get looks all the time. People were very disappointed in Amber in the community for dating me. It was just, it was crazy.
John Doe says, I agree. You should be able to defend yourself.
Right. I mean, look, you learn in martial arts that you're not supposed to... You never start a fight. To this day, if that punk ever talked to me or whatever and said, you messed me up in high school, it's like, you were doing terrible things. I had a rough day. I told you guys to back off before anything. You kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then you woke the sleeping dragon, and I was done with it. I was ready to take on that whole mob, but they were just paralyzed when they saw their ringleader KO'd on the ground, looking like,
Yeah, Shadow Knight says, my mom taught me to never throw the first punch, but always throw the last one.
Exactly.
There you go.
If you got to take a hit, I mean, let your hand catch it, or whatever, or block it with your elbow or something. I mean, try not to get hit in the face if you can, because that's never fun.
No, but Luke is the sweetest guy in the world. He got put through tons of abuse in school.
Oh yeah.
Like, anyone else who went through all that probably would have gone even.
Wait, are you saying I'm crazy? Where are you going with this? Anyone else who've been through this would have been even more. Thanks, Amber. I
think you're so cool. You're so cool.
That's not what you just said. You just said anyone else would be a lot crazier than you.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, I'm not crazy. I'm sane.
I think there's, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I did. I made friends with. I don't want to. Yeah, I'll tell you guys the story another time. But
yeah, probably a good idea.
I mean, I could tell you guys, but
oh no,
I think I have discussed it before.
I've used all our money.
I made friends. Basically, my mom was like, you need to make, friends with all the rich girls, in the suburb area. And I'm like thinking, well, I don't live there, so why would I do that? Like, I live here. Basically, my mom and dad, like, they, my grandfather's a doctor. And so, like, my mom grew up really with a lot of money.
Ooh.
But then when my dad lost his job, they didn't have a lot of money. And so we moved to a really, 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 really rough neighborhood. So, like, let's just say I cannot describe to you how rough this neighborhood was. But anyway, I lived there my whole life. I did not go more than a block away from where I went. I feared for my life a lot, and I had to walk to school through this neighborhood.
Yeah, and
my parents did not drive me.
I just want people to know something. I did not go around beating people up. Like, it took for me to knock that kid out. That was like at least a year of being provoked. Like, and I mean every day. Like, the dude in your face messing with you. It wasn't just like, I had a bad day, I'm gonna knock this person out because I'm a thug. I endured a year of harassment, and I was done with it.
Yeah, but sorry, Charles says, my dad says if someone hits you, you have to hit them back harder. Yeah, that's what it has to be.
This quest may prove too challenging.
Anyway, let's not, so anyway, I won't I won't go into it. Maybe another day, but
Probably another day would be good.
no.
Especially...
The answer to your question, Atomic Bad Bomb, is no. I was not in one of those, but I knew people.
Yeah, Amber didn't run in any after-school activities that would be illegal. Amber was a good girl.
I was a very good girl, and like I don't believe that.
Amber was very good.
It's weird, like the girls in my neighborhood, some of them were pretty rough, but they actually defended what?
I'm just trying to figure out why it won't let me do this.
I actually was threatened like several times for my life, and they actually defended me. So
I know.
They were really good friends to me, and
I'm glad they did that. All right. So
I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. Sorry.
It's saying that this is going to be too hard for us because we're in the Howling Caves. I don't understand why, because we're level 17, and oh wait, no, we're not. Wait, what level is this quest again? It says level 15. Why are they saying I'm weak? What is going on? The town folk think the Sorcerer King could be hiding in the Howling Caves. I need to find out if this is the... I don't understand. Why are they saying that I can't do this? Am I, like, ill-equipped or something? Alright, well, this might be bad. We're gonna die. I don't understand how this works at all. Ah! Oh, that's why, because there's gonna be giant spiders. Awesome. And... die! Yeah, but, you know, I do have to owe that kid a little bit. Because of him, like, I got so fed up with school, I found a legal way of quitting it by graduating early. I ended up finally getting some really nice teachers who I had summer school with, and, like, night classes or whatever. And, you know, my school experience got a little bit better because I kind of became a solo player, in a sense. I think that's also why I kind of related to Kirito and stuff later in life, is because, like, until I met Amber, I was alone. Like, I had my family, sure, once in a while, but I worked all the time because, you know, who was going to pay for my video games? I had to pay for my video games and my anime and stuff like that. So I worked a bunch by the time I was 16 years old. And, I was a solo player in life, and then I met player 2, and I got kind of enamored with her. So, but if it wasn't for that jerk face, I probably never would have graduated high school early. I probably would have gotten into more scrapes or something like that, because I'd just be fed up from all the abuse I got in school. And, you know, it wasn't enough. For me, what I didn't like is I did my best to keep my head down, so to speak. I didn't look for trouble, but trouble always seemed to find me. You know, and maybe if that incident in school didn't happen in 1999, maybe I wouldn't have been, like, harassed and stuff so much. I don't know, though. There's no way of knowing. Schools were getting bad before that kind of reached a boiling point, with the thing that happened in Colorado, which I'm not going to name because it'll get the video demonetized. That's a very sensitive topic still, but school life in high school in America during the late 90s was getting very bad before that. People were being bullied and messed with in school anyway. So, I mean, I was trying to do my dad's advice of just keeping my head down and, you know, trying to be a good student even though I wasn't. So.
Like people were asking, I think there was almost like, sorry guys, you guys opened up a can of worms by asking about it, but how did you guys deal with what happened in high school? So, I think that Luke dealt with it with video games, and also Luke is really good at
music.
Music, yeah, his drums, and like Luke is so good at like being able to not let things bother him. Like he can, like someone can be really cruel to him, but then he doesn't go and take it out on somebody else.
I had to learn that though.
Like,
I mean, that took years of abuse in school for me to like try to shrug things off to some extent. It depends though.
Yeah, I mean, I've never gotten into a physical altercation with anyone.
No.
I don't know how to get in, like, I mean, I have no, like, I think for guys, like, that's, I mean, I don't know, for girls also, like, if you're strong enough to do that, that's awesome, but I you know, and for you guys, like, defending yourselves, I have no, like, no problem with that. I don't know, like, I'm too weak, I'm too small, I couldn't do anything. Like, when I went to school every day, I just prayed so much. And then, like, I didn't want to die. So, like, I prayed so much, and then, like, the girls on my bus, were like, hey, like, they somehow said you can stay with us, and they were actually really nice. Like,
They kept Amber safe, basically.
they protected me. Like, I really feel like God, like, provided this group of girls that literally protected me.
Yep.
And it's kind of interesting because they would tell me about stuff that was going on in their home and stuff like that, and all kinds of very difficult stuff they were going through. And, like, these are the kind of girls that teachers don't like, and everyone says they amount to nothing and they're nobody. But to me, you know, they were more better friends to me. They were better people, kinder. They cared more about me than anyone else I've ever met. And that's probably why it's very difficult for me to make friends, because, like, when you have friends that it's like you're in a life or death situation, you make very good friends. Like, you make very strong bonds. When you leave that situation and you're not in a life or death situation anymore, and, you know, you're trying to make friends and you're talking about nails or shoes, it doesn't really matter as much to me. Like, it's not as important. I'm not gonna talk about, sorry. But,
No, I'm just cutting you off before you get too much into it.
Yeah, but
Let me try this axe.
you know,
Wait.
I'm very thankful that, you know, I was able to get through that. So, you know, I mean, for me, the only way I've gotten through stuff is praying about it. So that's not
Thank you, sweetie.
very small.
You are very tiny.
I can't defend myself.
Well, anybody can defend themselves if they learn. Uh-oh. Oh, come on! This is bad. What is he weak against? Not that. Oh, fire. Fire good. Fire good! Get him. Get him! I mean, I can't tell people that. I mean, I've had my cousin, my parents had us go through public school. My cousins were homeschooled, and I always detested them for being homeschooled because they came out of life like living in a bubble, and I lived life, and actually, you know, I don't know. I guess it made me. I don't know. I have nothing against homeschoolers. I really want to homeschool my kids someday, because being able to study at home, you're actually able to learn more than people in the classroom. Like, there's so much more, and there's not a lot of pressure either. Like, school puts you through a lot of pressure. Is this actually working? No, we left. Amber and I said farewell to that dump a long time ago. I don't honestly know if I could live there.
We're trying to figure out if we can go back to be around my parents.
We're thinking about moving to the Chicago area, which is like near it, but not. But we don't know. I mean, we almost moved to Minneapolis a couple years ago, and Columbus, Ohio, but, you know, we found this place in Pennsylvania, so that was, I don't know. That's interesting how that worked out. No! Curse you, giant troll! Burn! Dang it! My gosh! Why did you say I couldn't do this level? Is it because... It's because I don't have very good weapons, isn't it? That's what it is. Well, give me good weapons, then! Those are not weapons! Come on, game! Oh, man. I don't think I can do this. I'm gonna die again. That's what they were warning me about. Holy moly. Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh. But I appreciate the comment, people. I don't really want to open up too many wounds from my past, but pretty much, I mean, it's outdated, but I stuck to myself. You know, I had things I could do, and I wore my headphones a lot, which, you know, I don't know, it made me kind of stand out a little bit, like I didn't care about things, but also I didn't want to hear the things that people were saying about me, so. Probably most of my high school life, I ended up really getting to know the lyrics to all of Stryper's songs, because I was listening to metal, like, all the time. Which kind of made people afraid of me, too, because, you know, it was... heavy metal got a bad reputation in the late 90s, early 2000s. But it was a great way of drowning out society, so to speak. Every stream is awkward. Wait, is this a secret? No, it's just a floating rock. Darn it. I thought that was going to be a floating rock. I mean, that was going to be a switch to open some secret passage. It was just a... They're not supposed to be floating like that. That's an error. The problem is, when you come across these errors in the game, that's when the game jams up. I don't know why my game jams up so much. I'm so... I'm miffed at Charles a little bit, because Charles plays this game more than me, and it doesn't jam up for him. It always jams up for me. It's like, why? Goblins and spiders and trolls. Oh my. Bye-bye. Come and get some. Yeah. You want some of that. Ugh. Burninating the little goblin. No! No! Stop it! Yeah, that's what you get. Freakazoid. Please be no giant spiders, because that would not be cool, yo. Oh. It's okay, honey. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Change the topic. That's, you know, can't make it like the focus of the entire stream, because that's when it gets the attention. We live in Pennsylvania, like right between Philly and Ferguson. So we're like right between Maryland and Philly. No. Think kind of like, how do I explain this? Yeah, no. No, it's not. I was killed by a spider?! Are you for reals right now?
Oh, he said it's a joke.
Oh, it's a joke. Okay. Alright, yeah. No, I was speaking to this Amber girl, and I was concerned about, you know, what would happen with her. And, yeah, I thought she was cute. So I was just like, you know, this girl might become my girlfriend. I've never had one of those. So I'm just gonna kind of warn her about her beliefs. Did not go well. Are you kidding me? For reals right now, you stupid troll face! Burn! How in the world? Is this what was going on? Is this what's going down right now? This is what's going down. For reals. For reals. Mr. Troll. Oh my gosh, we're gonna use all my lives. I'm gonna have to do stupid microtransaction. Come on. Come on, game. No way. No way. What? What? I don't want to buy a new weapon. That's how this game gets you. It's like, oh, we noticed that you're struggling a little bit playing our free game. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Well, we happen to have a sale on legendary weapons today, only $19.99. Are you getting your butt kicked in Elder Scrolls Blades? Well, why not buy our $19.99 bundle for this awesome sword and fire axe? You'll love using this sword and fire axe for 1 month until you have to buy our legendary sword and fire axe, or sword and electric mace. Only $29.99. See, that... I feel that's what this game is doing, because my weapons and junk, they're not really, they're not really cutting it. Ha, joke. Anymore. Like, my stuff, I'm getting wrecked. Like, I only have, like, 8 revives left. I feel like that's what they're doing. I feel it. I feel that's what they're trying to make me do. Like, they want me to buy into their stuff, yo. And I don't want to play that. To be like, no. I'm not doing that. There's other things I'd like to buy with my Wii Points money. Or not Wii Points. Sorry. Force of Habit. Nintendo Points card. So anyway, guys, Dragon Ball FighterZ is back tomorrow now that Minecraft is done for a while. No, I don't want to talk about it. She was in a dangerous situation and I was trying to help. And how I deflect things is with humor. I learned it from my grandpa. Sometimes if you talk about like a stressful or complex topic and you use humor with it, it kind of softens the blow a little bit. So I was just, you know, trying to be kind of witty and charming, and, you know, I thought that she would find it hilarious, or like, you know, ADD people don't really think about social things very well. We don't kind of see how the rest of the world is taking to things. But when I met Amber, Amber's the one that she actually liked my humor and how I look at life.
I like how you're so straightforward and you don't like try to. I feel like everyone else that I know is very manipulative. They're always trying to manipulate people, and you're just completely honest all the time.
I'm an open book. Maybe too open.
Like, if you told me that I was in a cult, I'd be like, what? What are you talking about? And then I'd like, what? Well, actually, maybe I would be angry. I don't know. I guess it would depend on how strongly I believed in it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah. I don't know.
Boy.
Well, you know, I was in the debate class, so...
Yeah, I know.
I used to, like, argue with people all the time. So they'd be like, oh, you know, your Louise are stupid, and I'd be like, what are you talking about? And then I'd just argue with them. Because that's how it was, like, in the 80s and 90s. People used to, like, argue with each other.
I didn't like the debate. Ooh, dinosaurs. Oh, wait, no, that's a dragon.
But yeah, basically, like, Luke actually, he actually knew, like, a lot of the popular girls and stuff in school.
I only had one of them that was... Oh, gross. Why are you not catching fire? Come on. You want some of this? Yeah, walk into that shield. That feel good? You like that? You like burning? You like it? You love... Wait, what?
Luke is from, he's originally from New York, and I'm originally from Illinois.
What in the... What?
We're not about in the same town.
No. I'm from the East Coast. Amber's from the Midwest. We have a melting pot of the way we speak and stuff because we come from 2 different cultures. Like, 2 different... She's super Midwest, and I'm, like, super East Coast.
Yeah, that's why we're in Pennsylvania right now. Also, it's, like, in between land.
Yeah, we're right between Midwest and New York.
Basically, the culture of East Coast compared to the Midwest is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And what people expect from people is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the Midwest, people are constantly writing, like, all these extra thank you notes and always saying these extra things, and they always have to have a lilt to their voice and smile really big at the end and be like, thanks so much, we'll see you again, bye, like, basically like Isabel. And like,
yeah,
so
that's a pretty good assessment.
Basically in the East Coast, if you act like that in the East Coast, people are gonna think you're crazy.
Gonna think some things about you. Oh, come on.
So like,
what?
So basically, like,
what happened to...
Luke and I, like, I'm so used to the Midwest, and Luke's so used to the East Coast that we literally cannot. Like, when I'm in the East Coast, I get so depressed, because everyone's just like, sup, hey, your order's in.
Did you just sup?
I don't know,
yeah.
It's just like, hello, how, yes, ma'am, your order's here.
Order up.
thank you.
No, they speak quick. They don't.
Yeah, they
don't
just say
speak
like.
slow.
For me, it sounds like they're angry at me all the time.
They're not
See, now I
angry.
just said something offensive.
How dare you call my people, my East Coast peeps?
Thank you for the super chat, Xavier.
Thank you, Xavier, and thank you, Shadow.
Kill the spider.
I'm gonna kill the spider.
Thank you for the super chat, Shadow Knight. So.
Crispy. We're gonna die. We have no revives left.
Yeah, try not to give a lot of personal information, especially the city you live in or your age.
Yeah.
So yeah, like in the Midwest, we were in the East Coast for a long time here with family. We're trying to get back towards my family, but I'm dreading it because the Midwest is kind of like Disney World. Everyone that works
They don't get me.
Everyone that works at Disney World is faking it, okay? It's not real, okay? Like, everyone's just, like, working for $7
What's
an hour
that saying in
a hot suit.
the Midwest? Like, my principal always told me, fake it till you make it.
But you can never... The thing is, for me, when I was in the Midwest, I was probably the only person in the Midwest who was actually real.
Yeah.
Like, my hello and everything was real. Everyone else I knew in the Midwest was completely faking it. They weren't actually nice. They were liars. When they got around people that they actually knew, they would just sit back and be really rude and mean and cruel to people. But, like, when they're around, like, maybe the principal or someone in authority or something, they'd be like, hi, how's it going? How's everyone doing? Like, everybody would be just, like on. Like, it's like everyone in the Midwest is like a puppet from Disney World in a suit, and you all have to act like a certain
Careful,
way.
Amber.
You
You got Midwest people watching though.
I have lived there my whole life, and I have struggled to try to be like everybody else, and like I've tried, and I thought it was real. Like, I imagine me living in Disney World where everyone's happy and stuff, and I'm a puppet, and I don't know I'm in a puppet suit. And then one day I realized, oh my gosh, I'm not really Donald Duck. Oh my gosh, this isn't real. Waving at everyone and saying, hi, how's it going? Isn't real. Everything is a lie. Like, I didn't realize it till, like, everything just started crumbling down. Like, I didn't, like, basically, like, okay, you guys in the Midwest, hopefully you guys know this. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but, like, if you can act really, like, if you do one thing wrong, then everyone goes crazy. So you can be like, hi, how's it going? Great, how are you? And, you know, let me get the door for you. And then it's like, oops, I bumped the door on your heel. Is that okay? And they're like, what did you do? And then they start freaking out, like, how rude. Like, yeah, I feel like you cannot do anything wrong. Like, everyone has to be so nice that there are rules of niceness on top of other niceness rules. To the point where you're
rules of niceness.
You're so nice. And then it's like, if you visit the Midwest, it's like visiting Disney World.
Okay.
But if you actually work there, if you live there, it's a living nightmare.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so what I was getting to before Amber, like, chimed in with her take on things, more or less, like, the difference is that, because I went to schools in both the East Coast and the Midwest. I went to colleges in both New York and Illinois. In the Midwest, it feels like people are judged more on grades and looks and personality, and in the East Coast, people judge you based on your merit, based on how hard you work, your skills, and, you know, if you don't, for Amber's family, if you don't go to a good school, then even if you have a good job, but you didn't go to a good school, then you're not accepted.
Yeah,
and
even if you have a crappy job.
If
you go to a good school.
Yeah, if you have a crappy job, but you go to a good school, then they like you.
That's why
because you went to one of those big Ivy League schools or whatever.
They had this school that I want to go to, but there's no way I could make money once I did it.
Whereas in the East Coast, as long as you're able to do something, you know, people are proud of you. Like, if you work really hard, you have like you can live in the dumpiest place in New York and, you know, have like a really great job, or you work really hard and people respect you. Like, you can find people with your same common ground.
Yeah, For working hard
when I was in the Midwest, or the part of Illinois where Amber was, people didn't really care that I worked hard. Like, I worked with people that just, they didn't do the job. And when I actually did the job, I would get in trouble and get called out for making them look bad because they weren't working. When I got hired as a custodian, I did everything a custodian was supposed to do. When I was hired as a security guard, I went above and beyond the duty of the security guard job. When I worked at a factory, I did everything that was expected of me because I was just trying to make sure that, I was doing what the job said. Whatever the job was, that's how I approached it. And it rubbed people the wrong way because it looked like I was trying to...
You didn't do anything wrong.
No, I didn't. I know I didn't do anything wrong.
Hard.
But by them interpreting that, it looked like I was, like, making them look bad because they weren't working or something. I don't know.
I have that so many times when I work at a job, though. Like, people think I'm making them look bad because I'm working myself really hard.
Yeah, something like that. All right.
Hey, everyone coming in.
I gotta do Sashi now. No time for plugs. Okay. Sashi. So, what is it in the Howling Caves? No, they weren't howling. Sashi seems to wonder how these places have such strange names. What have you found so far? I should go to the fort. I should visit the ruins. I'll have to keep asking. I should visit the ruins? Be careful out there. Oh, you have to visit all 3 of these? No! No, why? I can't do that.
That is a complete thing, though, that doesn't make any sense. Like, someone's saying, like, in their psych class, they're told people are nicer in the South than the North. This is not completely true. And I've never been in the South, but I've been in the Midwest. And people are not nicer in the Midwest. People are more... Okay,
they act nice.
They act nice, but they're not straightforward. People on the East Coast are actually nicer in real life, but they're not going to manipulate you and to try to, like, trick you into thinking that they're nice. And then as soon as you do one wrong thing, turn on you like a crazy person.
Let me explain what they're saying. All right, so everybody in the East Coast, for the most part, looks grumpy, right? They look like me. Facial features, mannerisms, things like that. They're always moving around, especially people in New York, Jersey, Boston, things like that. Whereas people in the Midwest, they act really smiley. This is just my interpretation because I was a person of both worlds. I was in the summertime, I would live in New York, and in the fall, I would come and I would go to school and I'd live with my parents, and then I would go back and I would do some stuff with my grandpa and my grandmother in, up right outside the city of New York City, things like that growing up. And you see different things. Like, when I got to know the Midwest people, they weren't really my friends. They were kind of like two-faced. Whereas, to a person coming from the South or the Midwest visiting the city, you see a group of guys or, people hanging out, and you see how they're behaving, and you're thinking, okay, these people are up to no good, or these people don't look very nice because they're not smiling, or they're not, what's the word am I looking for? We go to places and we give people directions and stuff, just like anybody else, but it's not... There's a term for it that I don't think I could say that we use in New York for people who smile all the time. I can't say it because it's not stream friendly.
My main thing when I first came to the East Coast, and I always thought, like, because I had just like basically in the Midwest, I used to think like everyone was really nice and stuff, but then when I did one wrong thing, I literally got my family basically rejected me. So, like,
I'll tell you the difference. I just remembered now.
Okay, fine.
In the East Coast, people don't really gossip about you behind your back. In the Midwest, like, I never knew half the things about myself that was bad until I moved to the Midwest. Because
but they're not real things. People make up lies. That's the Midwest. They always talk behind people's back. That's how it is.
There's a lot of town gossip.
This is the difference. When I first came to the East Coast, I used to always like be like, well, I'm so worried to make friends. Like, what if these people secretly hate me and stuff? And people on the East Coast would tell me, if I secretly hated you, I would tell you right away.
Yeah, they're blunt. They tell you to your face.
I would tell you, if I do not like you, I would just tell you. And in the Midwest, you cannot like someone for 15 years and never tell them, and then smile at them every day, but secretly say the most hateful things about them behind their back. So in the East Coast, people don't do that. They literally just tell you what they think of you. So if they don't like you, they'll just tell you. Then it's over. Then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
I'll give you an example. I had this guy who was a good friend of mine
That's the difference.
in the Midwest, in Illinois, right in the Chicago area. He was the only friend I really made when I moved from New York. And I was down there. And some summers, I would actually tell my parents, I don't want to go up to New York. I'd actually like to hang out with my friend. And years later, I find out that my friend has been saying all kinds of stuff behind my back for years about things he doesn't like about me, and all these problems with my personality and things, how I make him feel uncomfortable because I'm not a joyful person. And we got into one little tiff or whatever, or an argument over something, and the person still hasn't talked to me, and it's been now probably almost 20 years. He finished high school, he did all this other stuff, and he was a younger guy. He wasn't, he was somebody who, I couldn't even make friends my own age when I moved to Illinois, in the neighborhood I lived in. So he was the closest thing I had to what you guys would call a best friend. And whereas in New York, when I came back and I visited my buddies, even though I was gone for we'll say 10, 15 years, I meet up with these guys again when I'm in college. It's like nothing changed. And, I go back to the Midwest, I'm a stranger again, in that town. And I lived in that town for 10 years.
Yeah. Well, what's
and they're still saying bad things about me.
Yeah. People, yeah. But the funny thing is, your family, no offense, but, your family is half Midwest, half East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So the guys in your family, all the men in your family act East Coast, and the women in your family act from the
Oh,
Midwest.
yeah, they do.
And so they gossip and they say these horrible things about people.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're like, we're so East Coast. It's like, no, you're not. You completely act the opposite because they spent so many years there.
Exactly. That's the one habit I wished the women in my family didn't pick up, is because I don't like the chatty Cathy gossipy thing.
Yeah, said is so you're saying they're two-faced people.
Pretty much, yeah.
But if you just visit the Midwest, it's like Disney World. If you just visit there and you're not moving there, then everyone will just try to be nice to you.
Don't move to Disney World.
So you don't want to live, you don't want to work in Disney World. Don't move. Moving to the Midwest is like working in Disney World. So you do not want to work in Disney World.
At least in the Chicago area.
No, it's all over.
There was one nice town in the Illinois area that I still have some people that are mostly civil to me, but I will always, if I could live in the East Coast forever, I would, because when someone has an issue with me, they either call me up on the phone, or they write me a letter, or they come up to my face and be like, hey, I didn't appreciate what you did. And be like, okay, and then we can talk about it, but not knowing for so many years.
Here's a really interesting thing, and I don't really know, because I haven't been to a lot of hotels in Midwest, but when we went from California hotels when we were doing a bunch of conventions versus hotels in the East Coast, like Boston and New York.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the difference. Luke and I would be wearing our gamer t-shirts and whatever, and as long as,
we had the money.
As long as we or one of the companies we worked for paid for it, they would treat us just the same as somebody wearing
any other customer.
$2,000 outfit.
Yeah.
So if we're just wearing an outfit we got from Walmart for $10 or whatever, and we're just we're here, we're at this nice fancy hotel for a game convention, they would treat us exactly the same in the East Coast.
As long as you can pay your bill.
As they would somebody who looks really rich and fancy. When we went to California, not like that at all.
Super judgmental.
Oh my gosh. because we were wearing a t-shirt and jeans, they literally, like, took a bunch of people before us, and, like, they would just, like, literally pretend we weren't even there, because we weren't it was all about the clothes in California.
That wasn't the problem I had with them, though. You don't remember this, but we had just got off the plane, and, I forget the company that put us in a really nice hotel, and there are people in their establishment walking around in bathrobes and sandals, right? Like, just whatever, not anywhere near the pool. And you're thinking, okay, you know, this is going to be a very chill environment, right? Not only did it take them 20 minutes to check us in, but the concierge and other people looked at us and they were like, I'm sorry, are you sure you have the right hotel? This isn't the Holiday Inn or, what was the name of that other hotel? Like Days Inn or something like that. They're like, are you positive you have a reservation here? And I said, yes, it's under this name. And so Amber and I are sitting here. We've just been on the plane for like 6 hours or whatever. Already we're staying in line for about 20 minutes. And they're seeing everybody but us. And even people that are just wearing sandals and like flashing their cards and stuff like that. But, you know, they gave us the ring around. Finally, after confirming with the company, and, you know, and the company, what was great is the next day they sent a car for us. But it just, like, they weren't treating us like people. They thought that we had the wrong hotel, we couldn't afford it, and even though we had the money to be there, they didn't want us to be there. That was ridiculous. Never in my life had I been that insulted, at a hotel. And that was in California. And it happened twice. 2 different years in 2 different hotels. Like, one in Los Angeles and one in, what was the name of that other place? The place next to Los Angeles where people stay for conventions. I can't remember the name of it. But whenever we went to Boston or New York City, as long as we had the money, they treated us no different than a dude that walked in a $2,000 suit. They didn't, you know, they didn't care. You know, is this your reservation? Yeah. It's like, have a great stay. Is there anything we can do for you? It's like, well, I need a fridge for my medications. No problem, sir.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go into
You know,
that.
it was just, it was pretty, I just don't like that kind of stuff.
But yeah, like,
Very judgmental.
I mean, I grew up in the Midwest, but then after going someplace else, and then realizing, oh my gosh, like...
Night and day difference.
It's hard to go back, because then when you go back, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so weird.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of unwritten rules that everybody has to follow.
Yep. So I mean, if you aren't cool with people like being up front with you and stuff like that, maybe the East Coast isn't like, especially if you've been living in California or Illinois or Wisconsin, it's going to be a huge culture change for you, like coming to the East Coast. But
yeah,
I promise you, if you stick around, it gets better.
Yeah. Well, Blackwing's in the chat. He's a New Yorker.
Yeah, he's a city boy.
Yeah,
I've never seen people come together for their community the way that people do in New York, like after 9/11. And people that, on the appearance, it looks like everybody hates each other, but, you know, they were helping people out and they're doing all kinds of stuff. And it was all across the state when it happened. And even, you know, I don't know what would happen to me because I've had my car break down in Illinois and people just drive past me and not care. I told you guys the story about how my car caught fire when I was with my dad, right? When we borrowed my grandfather's Cadillac, and we were on our way back to the college that I was looking at, and my grandfather let us borrow his Cadillac, right? So we're like right around Albany, in between Troy, which you do not want to break down in Troy. But anyway, we were, before we got to the gas station, there was a gentleman who owns a donut shop. Just across the road, he's flagging us down, and we're like, does this guy want to give us some samples for donuts? And he's screaming, hey, your car's on fire! Never met the guy. No idea who he was. Police officer comes up behind us. He puts on his lights. But before then, there was a cop, like a state police officer, who we were behind them. And our car was already starting to be lit on fire. And he just drove past. Like, either he wasn't paying attention to behind him or whatever, but so we got the donut man flagging us over to come over there. He's got the fire extinguisher ready, and we pull off to the side, and he, you know, he helps our car out, and we had no idea that the car was on fire. What happened was there was a problem with the tire, and something happened where the tire started the fire, and almost got to the engine. So, you know, I was freaking out because I was the one behind the wheel, and I was like 16 years old. So, or wait, no, I would have been like 17 or 18, something like that. And it was my grandfather's car, so it was a beautiful car. Like, it was a beautiful Cadillac. That was something he had since like the 70s or the 80s, you know, but it had an issue with it. So, Donut Man flags us down. He helps like put our car out. We're stuck there. Police officer comes. He gave us some information for getting like a rental car or something out of there. Asked us where we're going, what's going on. All these people we'd never met. And I you know, was told horror stories of towns between Troy and Albany. Like, they're places you do not want to break down, like something out of like Mad Max or something like that. These people went out of their way. They stopped what they were doing, and they helped us out. Same time, a couple years later, I'm between Chicago and Rockford. My car breaks down. Not on the highway. Right across the street from, like, I don't know, like a Lowe's or something. I had no cell phone back then. And I had no money for a payphone. Nobody helped. I had to walk, I'm trying to remember, at least like 3 miles or something like that, to get some assistance because nobody would call a tow truck. So I had to go. I eventually ended up walking to like a hotel or something, and I got them to call a tow truck because the restaurant people didn't want to help, and the grocery store people, they didn't care. They were just like, well, no loitering, sir. It's like, if you can't be around here, it's like, okay. So, I mean, that to me was just like, whoa. So that's when the whole idea of, like, Midwest people being two-faced. And I had Illinois tags, too, on my car. So,
well, it's, as long as you do every single thing right, then they're fine. But, like, once you mess up one time, then you get the hammer. Like, I learned to always do everything right all the time. Like, I would always be, like, smiling all the time. Like, they would be like, where is this? Like, if you walk around and you're not smiling, people will be like, why is this?
Oh my gosh!
I used to smile a lot.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like,
You're normal now.
Well, I mean, I like smiling.
Make smiling your favorite, Amber.
Smiling is my favorite, but yeah, yeah, you're right.
So that was the difference.
You're right, Blackwing. Like, East Coasters are not angry all the time.
No.
They're just doing their job.
Yep.
And they're not like putting on a fake facade, like on the outside.
And this is just somebody telling you how, like, how maybe your way of doing things is a little bit different than mine, but the life experiences that I had aged me up real quick, and it made me notice a pattern in the different places I was.
It was very difficult for Luke to adapt to the Midwest.
I couldn't adapt to the Midwest. I tried.
He grew up in New York, and then he had to move to the Midwest when he was a young kid.
I was like 14.
He was a teenager. So he learned to, like, live in New York, where everything is basically based on working hard, merit, and being real with people. And then in the Midwest, it's completely different.
Oh, it's totally different.
The standards and what makes you a, quote, good person is completely different. So, like, everyone acted like you were a, quote, bad person, when in reality, he was just a normal New Yorker, so he wasn't doing anything bad. He was just
New Yorker in a
himself.
Strange land.
He was just being himself, and then there were all these smiley people, speaking of quotes, there were all these smiley people around him that were like, why aren't you smiling? And because you smile, we hate you.
I got called in the assistant principal's office several times because people felt threatened for me because I didn't smile. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? It's like, so my happy demeanor is causing an issue? And he's like, well, your attitude is the problem. I said, what attitude?
That's the thing, like...
What are you talking about? What attitude?
Just because you don't smile doesn't mean you have an attitude.
Yeah. So,
It's gonna be very difficult for us to go back to the Midwest because at this point, like, my parents are just gonna expect me to change and be like
conform.
What can I do for you?
And like just sit there and smile all the time and like just like basically like when I have conversations with my
I've seen worse.
parents and stuff like that, it's very like they've never left the Midwest. Like they've always lived there, so they have no clue that there are other things. I mean, my mom has traveled to like China and stuff, but for some reason it's like to her it's like, oh, this is a foreign country, so you know this is the way they do things, but never traveled really a lot in the United States. So no clue that like there are other ways you can live your life besides just always everything to my family is all about like, oh, what are you doing? Like whenever she calls me on the phone, I was like, what are you doing? Are you any plays? Are you doing anything? You know, like, are you doing any side clubs? Like, I was in a million clubs, like a trillion different clubs, but not actually ever get anything done. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm running out of gems.
Sorry.
What is going on?
But like for me, like me working really hard on my business every day and just working hard and just trying to keep my house in order, etc. That doesn't matter.
Normal day-to-day things, yeah.
Like if you're, like for my family, like trying to keep their sorry.
What's going on with the stream, Ruga? DCMU stream? What?
DC Universe?
I have no idea what Ruga wants.
DC Marvel Universe? What?
I don't know.
I don't know what DCMU is, but thank you for the super chat.
I know this stream is getting kind of serious, guys. That's what happens sometimes when a serious topic is brought up.
No,
and when Amber's on.
It's my fault.
Amber's fault!
I didn't mean to.
Throwing Amber under the bus.
It is my fault.
That's fine.
But yeah, like, I don't know how it's gonna go if we end up going back, because, anyway, I didn't want to...
No, don't you run away.
I am running
No,
away.
don't you run away.
Well,
I can't do that.
Here and watch you.
Watch me slash things.
I'll just watch
Amber
you.
has problems with goblins and stuff like that, so she's like, it's getting tense, so I'll just make it tenser.
No, I didn't mean to go into it so much.
It's a joke. Remember from Deadpool? Yeah, I remember it. I know it's from Deadpool, so...
It's just weird that it's like completely two different things. I'm done.
I know you are. Plundering the grave. Ooh.
Hey, the only reason... This is when I got you into trouble last time. The only reason I'm up is so I can record after this.
I know.
I should have just gone up to bed and
wait. The stream hasn't been shut off. It's still green,
yeah,
so...
but I'm making everyone hate me anyway.
No, nobody hates you.
Yes, they do. Well, I don't like myself.
You don't like yourself. You're your own worst enemy, Amber.
That's an understatement.
That is an understatement of the year.
I didn't even mean to tip. I'm sorry. I could cut out where I said word black and
He's a grown person. It's fine. But we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, you know, I wish I could say all my life experiences are happy, but they're when I end up talking about stories, because people always love when YouTubers talk stories. It's like,
don't tell. This is why we don't do draw our life.
Yeah, it's
when we met each other, we both were like, Luke was about to leave. I was about to leave the town, and then we met each other.
Fate had a different plan.
We were within 3 days of never meeting each other. Like basically, like Luke was about to leave, and I was about to leave for college in Chicago, and Luke was about to go to Florida.
Yep.
So like,
I got a job offer in Florida. So
when we met each other, you know, we had several things in common. We basically had nothing in common. The only thing that we had in common was we hated the town that we were in.
Yep. That was pretty much it.
We hated it so much, and we both wanted to leave.
Yep.
So,
and we did leave.
And everyone in our town really liked the town.
What is going on?
No.
He was breakdancing.
It was like we were in the Truman Show because everybody else in the town really liked it. They were like, isn't this great? This is such a great place to raise a family. Everyone's so smiley here. And we were just like...
Pleasantville. It was like living in Pleasantville.
Yeah, we lived in Pleasantville, but it wasn't... It was Pleasantville, but there was like bad stuff in Pleasantville.
Yeah. So, I mean, our marriage, fantastic. our life together is good. It's like the story how we got together. There was a lot of.
A lot of very difficult stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We both had to deal with stuff.
When Luke first met me, you know, I think I was talking about this before. Well, like I was playing the piano. He saw me. He invited me to church, and I basically, I don't know. I thought he was probably like some popular guy that was like trying to play some joke on me or something. And so I was very, basically, probably very mean to him. Actually.
You were pretty guarded, but I wouldn't say you were mean.
I wasn't mean, maybe, but I was. I was really guarded, and then what made me say yes was like that I would go out with you was number one, your mom spilled some coffee on the floor.
Yep.
And then you like ran to go pick it up, and I was like, wow, you seem different than most jerks that I know. And and like then afterwards I was out of there. I was like, he asked me to come to church one time, I'm out of here. I went to his church, you know, I humored him, I am out of here. Like I was getting out of there, you know, whatever. And like then you got me in the parking lot. You didn't like tag me, but you were like
East Coast body slam.
like I was going out, I was like,
suplex.
I am so like out of here. Like I'm, you know, whatever. I went to this guy's church. He's pretending to be nice. He's probably playing some cruel joke on me.
Yep, you know me.
He's
All
not the
them
usual
cool
kind of guy that asks me out. Usually it's some person that's extremely like, you know, into like, I don't want to be judgmental, but let's just say most of the guys that had asked me out at that point, I could outrun, okay? Let's just say
outrun them. Run away!
Let's just say I did not go out with any guy that I could not make sure I could either take on or outrun at some point. So the guys that I went out with were basically not manly. Let's just say that, okay? I'm not gonna go into this. There was
wow. Wow. Okay.
I made sure of it because I was scared to death. I didn't want to get like I didn't want something bad to happen to me.
Yep.
So I made sure that like I would just not go out with any guy that actually looked like a guy. So like just like so
hey,
like so then what?
No, I'll just tell you guys this if you think like our life is a little negative. Since I have such a good relationship with Amber, like I'm glad that I had a bumpy early life because I have a fantastic present life. Like I don't, you know,
And
because in the end I got to be happy if you think about it, because in the beginning not so much, you know, a lot of push in life, and then not that my life is over, but the most recent chapters, like from the time I've been 20 something until my 30s and my 40s, my 50s, sometimes there's hardships that happen, you know, in life, but I have Amber to, you know, to weather that storm with, so it's much better than what it was. And you know, I never would have thought I'd be doing YouTube videos, or that I would be living in Pennsylvania, or any of this stuff.
The reason why I didn't like, generally, I thought most guys were jerks is, well, I can tell you some horror stories. There were a few guys that looked, quote, normal, but they were absolute jerks. And, like, one guy, like, that seemed to really like me when I was in college or whatever, like, when my first year, like, he seemed normal or whatever, and then he was like, I'm gonna drive you home. And he drove me home, and he saw how my house had, you know, like, chipped paint, and it wasn't very good, and it was in this bad neighborhood, and, like, then he saw my house, and he was like, oh, and he never picked me up again, ever. So I was like, oh, this is where you live. Like, I'm sorry, but that's, like, for me, I felt like it was really jerky.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, that's not the jerkiest person. Luke knows the horror stories, like, but that's just basically every guy. Like, nobody, you know, I mean, people judge people based on their income or all kinds of things. All kinds of horrible things. But, like, or their family, etc. But like when like Luke was just like he just liked me for me. He didn't care about who
Likes
my
me
family
for
was.
me, not just because
Like, Luke went out, like he actually ran out into the parking lot and like I was gonna leave, and then he ran out there and I still wasn't. I don't want to say this. I still wasn't gonna go out with you because I was, number one, you looked, cute, and so I figured you were a complete jerk because that's just how I see guys that look cute. I figured that they're a complete jerk. I'm sorry. That's just how I see them. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that's how I see. Anyway, so I'm sorry.
Don't have enough for the fancy
Well,
cup.
like then. Like, usually guys, like, when they ask me out, they would be like,
Oh.
hey, you wanna, we could do something maybe or something sometime.
I want a fancy
And,
fountain.
like, it wasn't really like, they were just not even thinking of me as, like, worth enough to actually ask out very, like, I'm actually matter. Like, they would not get nervous or anything. Like, they would just, basically not see me as worth anything. And then, like, Luke... Like, literally, when he was asking me out, he literally got nervous around me and was looking at the ground. And I was, like, looking behind myself thinking, like, is there some really pretty popular girl behind me, like, that I don't know about? Like, I'm, like, looking back behind me, there's nobody there, it's just me. And Luke's looking at the ground, like, asking me out. And he was so nervous. And I was like, does Luke really think this much of me? Like, this is so weird.
pretty nervous.
And then later on, like, Luke said that he thought I was a really popular girl in school because I would always hang out with a bunch of people in school. But
you hung out with a crowd I didn't like. Like,
no, I knew the orchestra people and stuff.
yeah.
But no, that's only because I was...
20,000?
The only reason that I was hanging out with that crowd was because later, when I started to get a lot of solos
Good golly, Miss
for
Molly.
music, then people started hanging out with me.
Mm-hmm.
But they used to actually make fun of me, like, for my clothes before.
Love this music
But
so
then
much.
later on, when I was, like, getting all these solos for choir, then they actually changed, and then they were like, oh no, you're cool now. So then they were all hanging out with me.
You're cool now. Yeah.
But I didn't really want to hang out with them. I just... Basically, what happened was I actually stuck with my friends that grew up in my same neighborhood, but most of them dropped out of school and did not continue with school and did other things. So I didn't even have any of my friends left in school because they were all high school dropouts, because that makes me very angry that people that are from difficult neighborhoods end up dropping out of school. And one of my best friends was in all honors classes, and she was from a very tough neighborhood. She was in all honors classes, and she dropped out. And she told me the reason she dropped out was because kids were so merciless to her and making fun of her. Otherwise, she would have definitely continued. So that always really hit me hard, and I always really wanted to do something about that, because it feels so wrong that people from difficult neighborhoods would not... School is so hard for them that they, even if they're smart, they can't even continue. And that's just not fair. It doesn't feel fair to me. That's why, like, I'm probably gonna homeschool my kids. Like, not to make it, like, weird and keep them in a bubble from society, but just, I don't want them to have to worry about, their safety going to school. Like, I don't want them to be like, oh, I do want to study for my chemistry test, but I don't want to be laughed at and called a nerd because I'm working hard. Like, that's really not fair. Like, you should be able to work hard and not have people, like, mock you for going to school. Anyway, sorry, I made everything dark again. But anyway, yeah.
You always make it dark.
Well,
I'm gonna talk to this guy.
So anyway, yeah, Luke's gonna talk to
I
that
heard
guy.
something that might interest
Why is your voice so high for someone that looks that cool? You've one job. One job. You did? Yes. There is a rumor that green cap bandits inhabit the ruins. Glad I could help. Fare thee well, warrior. Now that sounds cool. Okay.
Good to see
And
you.
they don't even
You're
make...
giving everybody cooler voices.
I have to, because they're just... they
You should give me you should voice me. You should give me a cooler voice. I don't have a very good voice.
No, your voice is awesome. I
And
don't...
we should move to New Jersey, then I get a cool accent. You never moved to New Jersey for me, Luke. Come on.
Please don't make me.
So,
I'm watching
did
all
you
of
hear
the nanny
anything?
to prepare.
This is interesting. That keep has been in despair for years. We will go together There may be jagged rocks in this river. What do you say, warrior? I say we go find out. Very good. I'll be right behind you.
Can I help you with anything, Drysky?
Ah! You and me, we were friends, and then...
Chad says 2 negatives is a positive. You're good. Aw, 2 negatives is a positive. Thanks, just Chad. Thanks for the super chat, Xavier, and just Chad. Aw.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Luke was super... I guess he was... The only thing I get mad about is, like, I think Luke was super nervous asking me out. I'm not gonna ask you, because if you weren't super nervous asking me out, you're gonna crush my dreams.
I was nervous.
Okay. I was super nervous, too. But, like, one thing that I always thought was so cool about Luke is he would always have these really cool stuff he did that was different than anyone else. Like, he would have these really cool catchphrases.
Oh, no.
And then, like, when he would go around the corner, his jacket would flip in this cool way. And I was like, wow, he's so awesome. And then I found out later, after we were married for, like, several years, he was like, oh, yeah, never mind. I won't say it. I can't say it, but you told me
I stole things from anime, yes.
He did this. He stole a lot of, like, his lines that he told me. Like, his love was genuine, but he, like, just to keep that flame, that spark going.
Yes, I used, because Amber was a novelty. What was fun about Amber is she lived
any TV.
She lived in a time bubble, so she never heard all these quotes. So
I never watched any 80s or 90s TV at all. So Luke was able to quote all these different shows.
Oh. Let's see if we can find any bandits.
Sorry, honey, the story is going. All right, we're looking for bandits. So yeah, I would every cheesy 80s and 90s movie line that you can think of, I used on Amber, and she thought it was new material. It was so great. And then later when she would watch those movies, she'd be like, "Wait a second. That's a line from Groundhog's Day you used on me." It's like, "What? No. Oh, yeah, maybe it was." It was just it was too hard to resist because Amber, like, she lived in like a 1960s time bubble, so like the 80s and 90s were like super fresh, and it was so funny. Hello, Goblin Berserker, how you doing? Slash 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 slash. Let's see. Oh, whoa. What's going on
I
here?
didn't even know, like, until years after we were married. Like, we would be watching a movie, and then I'd be like, that's so weird, that guy used the same line that you used to say to me. And then you would just, like, have this weird, like, that stupid smirk that you have when your Animal Crossing character is like, and I'm just like... And after a while, like, I actually started thinking my whole marriage was a lie for a while. I was like, oh my gosh, how much of this is real? I was getting really upset at you, but then I realized
they were good lines.
They were very sweet, and your love is real. You just needed more things to, like, make me smile. You were just trying to make me smile more.
I don't know. I mean, I figure... Yeah, smiling's your favorite. Thank you, sweetie. But yeah, it worked out well, and it made Amber appreciate those movies later on. It's funny.
Yeah, I can remember all the 80s and 90s movies that we liked because Luke used all those lines on me when we were dating.
Ha ha ha. No regrets.
So yeah, whenever people like ask Luke for dating advice, it doesn't really work because
it doesn't work.
Most people have seen all those TV shows where I didn't have any TV growing up.
Yeah, Amber was a novelty. Oh, hey, what's up?
And the reason I didn't have any TV growing up was because my parents said it was evil, so one day when our antenna broke on top of our house, like, my dad used to always say TV was wrong, it's rotting your brain, like, books are better, etc. So one day when our antenna got messed up, he just never fixed it. And then the only time we would, true story, the only time we would ever watch TV was during the Olympics, and we would sit there and watch it through the fuzz.
Oh, that's not good for your eyes.
I know. We would watch it with the fuzz, like the Olympics.
Oh no, when you say the fuzz, that's the name of the police. So I'm like,
Oh,
wait, the fuzz is
no,
here?
like
What?
the fuzzy waves
No!
on the TV where you could like kind of see the Olympics, but there was like waves across it. And then the only time I watched like TV was like when I went to my grandma's house, and then like we would go there maybe once a week, every 2 weeks, and I would only have enough time to watch one TV show like on Saturday. So the one I was able to watch, let's see, I had a choice between My Little Ponies or Batman the Animated Series.
Ah,
So,
you were a
let's
woman of
see,
culture.
I tried My Little Ponies once, and then I was like, what in the world is this? Like, they're like,
That's
no.
everyone's reaction.
They're like, no, Sally has to get across the bridge. How will we do it? Maybe we can make a rainbow with love, Sylvia. And then I was just like, why am I watching this? I was like, let's see if there's anything else on. That was the one time I watched that. I was like, why would I watch this?
Accurate.
You're saying because I'm a girl, I'm supposed to watch stuff that's badly written. How is this fair? So then, like, I turned on Batman the Animated Series, and I was like, whoa, what is this? So that's when I became a super Batman the Animated Series fan. And then my grandma used to come behind me while I was watching Batman the Animated Series, and she's like, you know, your aunt used to watch Violent Person, and she didn't turn out very good. She's like, it looks like there's some violence going on in this show. And I was like, no, Grandma, this is just a comic book character. And she's like, he looks very scary, and he's wearing black. And I was like, but he's trying to help this other person over here. And she's like, well, if somebody wears all black and they, you know, have those slit eyes like that with a bat hood, she's like, if you, oh yeah, I remember, she said, if somebody is hiding in the shadows, they can't be doing anything good. And she's like, only evil people do that. And I was like, she's like, also that will give you nightmares, and it will make it, you know, very bad for you, but I would just watch it when she wasn't in the room. And then in the other room, my brothers were watching Speed Racer, which, I'm sorry, I don't understand why people, I'm not trying to be mean, but this show seemed really dumb to me. I don't understand.
It was, I don't know, I mean...
Well, no, that's when I didn't understand I didn't understand why their jaw wasn't moving with their
Whoa!
mouth. And I was like, why is only their mouth moving, not their jaw? Like, this seems...
I feel kind of bad. He was like, not the face! Not the face! And then he burned.
So, yeah.
That was so sad.
And that's hilarious because my brothers didn't even like Batman the Animated Series. They didn't like any... I was completely different than my brothers. Like, they didn't like...
You like different games than them, too.
My brothers just liked everything everybody else kind of liked around them.
Ah, they did not have a sense of variety. Open Sesame!
They also had their kind of club of two, so I didn't...
Well, you have a club of two now.
Aww.
And you have an even bigger fan club. 500,000 people. Yay for fan clubs. They don't have a fan club as big as yours. So you win in the end, Amber. Yay.
I'm just talking. I'm just weird. I feel weird.
Oh, you're not weird. You're acting all shy and cute now, though. Now you're gonna run away. Now you're gonna be like a little mouse, like, oh no, I'm nervous.
Thanks
Run
for
away.
The super chat, Xavier.
Thank you, Xavier. Wait, you already became a member today. You don't need to keep doing super chats. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but... Completed! Look for... Ah! Oh, sorry. Goblin
That's true, Garrett.
scared me.
Yeah, Garrett coming after you, hiding in the shadows is a good option.
Yep. The goblins are invading!
Did you watch the No,
No.
I didn't watch any... The
Nope.
only show that was on, and when I finally was able to watch TV was...
Amber saw television in 1993.
I never even saw television before that.
She didn't see modern television until 1993. And she only saw it once in a while. No!
I didn't get to see all the Batman the Animated Series episodes. I only had time for one episode. We would go to my grandma's house. We would... And those of you guys who are watching from, like, Asia and stuff, I had a lot of, like, people that were Chinese that would come over to my grandpa's house and stuff. A lot. And I used to learn how to write my name in Chinese and say different things in Chinese, but I really can't remember hardly anything anymore.
Yeah. Her parents were super strict when it came to television, so the only things I mean, it's not that Amber wasn't, like... if a movie... See, back when we were kids, you know how you guys get a new movie, like, on DVD or on HBO or something within, like, 6 months of it coming out in theaters? Well, a movie that came out in 1990 would probably end up on VHS by about 1992, 93.
My parents didn't buy VHS
right.
either.
So
I would get them from the library.
So any movies that came out in the 80s or 70s would most likely be popping up in the public library, and that's how Amber watched certain movies. And they had some popular ones. They had like 80s movies like Indiana Jones and Star Wars and some things like that, but like anything that was current, Amber didn't know about at all.
Oh, Christina said I liked watching My Little Ponies and Batman growing up. Oh, okay, that's awesome, Christina. Sorry, I guess I could only choose one show, so...
Amber chose only one show.
Yeah.
I also tried to watch My Little Pony back in the 80s and 90s. I couldn't. Alright, story time, honey.
Okay.
The warthog guy is gonna say something, or whatever.
Did you find any bandits?
No, only goblins and trolls. This clouds the waters. We should return to town and figure out our next move. Did I find the secret? Yeah. Found the secret. I found the secret. Ho! Ho! I found the secret. Sweet. BTS is the best. Yes, it is. BTAS. There'd just be Batman behind the scenes. Or, wait, no. Wait, how does that... No. We're in big trouble, guys. We have no way of reviving anymore. So I'm going to have to do microtransactions, but I'm not doing it on this stream.
The Queen bids you to meet her in Drakewood Forest, where a bandit outpost has been discovered.
She will tell you what she expects of you in person. Ready as I'll ever be. Better hurry, then.
Can I help you with anything, Dryskin?
Good day to you, warrior.
Yeah, EDMG7 says, my parents were pretty strict too. We had TV, but we just watched a lot of PBS Kids. Yeah, I never watched really PBS growing up. I mean, maybe I did when I vaguely remember Sesame Street when I was like 4. But I think the TV got turned off after that.
Yeah, whereas I didn't have cable when I was younger. When my mom had to go in the hospital for like 6 months to a year or whatever, my dad basically used TV to raise us because he had to work very hard at his job. So I got cable midway through the end of the Power Rangers first season.
Yeah, I also like Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's pretty
Let's
good.
brew something special.
Yeah, a lot of BTAS fans. Yeah, John Doe. Yeah, yeah. That's all. Chad finds it funny that I didn't like Speed Racer because the dialogue was out of sync. Yeah, I don't. Says I should try watching Kung Fu movies.
Oh, my dad was a huge fan of badly dubbed Kung Fu movies from the 70s and 80s. I enjoyed like watching the Jackie Chan movies though, which their dubbing wasn't too bad on the Jackie Chan movies. And sometimes Jackie would, as time went on, he would go and do some stuff. What? I want something. Collect. Give me back my axe. Yes. Thank you kindly, Mr. Enchanter Man. Yay. Oh boy. We have no revives.
I basically didn't have... I mean, I can just remember... I can't remember hardly any TV at all, except for that animated series. So that was like I get to watch that one show, and then after that, I would be spending time with my grandma and my father.
Yeah. Also, little announcement, those of you guys that play Animal Crossing, if you could please send me the wedding furniture if possible, or the means to make the wedding furniture, because I mean, I'm gonna try to collect some stuff tonight while I'm editing, but I don't know how well time travel works anymore, and because on June 3rd is our wedding anniversary, like our official anniversary, and we wanted to do something fun, like with the wedding stuff. So,
Maybe we should
write funny vows. Oh dear. I mean, I'm up for anything. I'm nervous about. I don't know. I mean, I stand in front of people all the time, but I don't know. I'm a little shy when it comes to certain things. Don't look at me like that. It's weird. I feel a little embarrassed.
yeah. So then when Luke and I met, like.
But if you guys want homework, you can help with that.
When Luke and I first met, and then we went on our first date. Basically, we talked like for. Like, I felt like we talked like for 6 hours on our date when we were supposed to just be out for half an hour. And we talked like all night, and I kind of got in trouble for being out late. And I was, yeah, like, because I lost track of time. We just like talked, and like we were talking about everything that we liked. Like, it's like, I love Bing Crosby. Luke loves Bing Crosby. I love like, I love the drums. I've always wanted to play the drums. Luke plays the drums. I love the way that Bing Crosby sings. Luke sings just like Bing Crosby, is that Irish crooner voice. We love the animated series, so we talked about that.
Yep.
We talked about like just I don't know, just like stuff about like our values, like what we believed was important in life and stuff.
No secrets.
And like I don't know, we just sat there talking, like, because everybody else that we had dated was complete jerks, so, like, we were just so surprised to find somebody that was completely, like, actually nice, or normal, like, or that actually, yeah. And then, like, I can't remember, like, on one of our dates, I thought it was so sweet, like, you took me to the park, and I remember, like, we didn't really have a lot of money for our dates. We just drove around and stuff. Well, actually, no, you spent a lot of money on me in the beginning, and then we didn't have money after Luke had a car accident because he couldn't really drive anymore, and he couldn't get. So then we learned to just like go, you know, walk places and go to the park and stuff. And like I remember on one of our first dates, like when we went to the park, I remember I was sitting there just like watching the water, whatever, like the river or something, and I was just sitting there peacefully, just, I don't know, I just felt peaceful around you. I was just watching the water, and then I was a little cold, and then you just like put your jacket around me, even though you, like, I think I had a thin jacket, but I was still cold, and you took your big bulky jacket and put it around my shoulders. I thought that was so sweet.
Aww.
Just like little things like that. I was like, wow, like, I don't know. Either this guy is really, like, I don't know.
Careful where you're going with this.
I know. I was just like, wow, this is very sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
our light came. Guys, we have a stream light. I haven't set it up yet, but it came. We just have to find it. Like, because of the virus, we've been like super careful with boxes and junk. So there are like piles of boxes in the downstairs bathroom. I opened some boxes today. I got a new pair of socks I ordered, and I got like a USB what do they call it? Like I because apparently this light that I got, you have to plug it into a thing. It's a USB light. It's an Elgato light that's controlled with. So I got like a little USB hub that I finally opened up, and we got more TP and some soap.
Yeah, Luke opened all the boxes that I've been ordering, like all these.
No, there's still more. There's still more boxes, and we did. Amber was so mad at Shadow for Shadow messing up the basement with her number 2 that she seriously, all those times that she said, I'm gonna buy Shadow a kettle and make her sleep in it, she actually bought like a cat kennel. So there's this, just sitting here looking at Shadow, there's this kennel, and Amber still hasn't built it, but it's here in the house. It's real.
The biggest thing that Luke did that made him stick around where any other guy would never have stuck around. Actually, there's a million things that you stuck around for that any other guy wouldn't have. Number one, I was somewhat crazy because I was kind of...
Somewhat crazy.
brought up in a very strict environment, so I was just a little
You were
bit-
encouraged. This is what I don't understand.
I was a little bit off, okay?
I did not have my family encourage me to see other people when dating you.
So like,
that was pretty weird.
That was very awkward, and like I don't.
That yeah.
Well, I was a little messed up because I wasn't gonna go into that, but yeah, that was.
She
crazy.
didn't, but Amber was. I'm glad she didn't, because that would have hurt my feelings a lot.
Well, actually, I'm really glad that you're the only. Luke is the only one that ever made it past the second date. Let's
Woo!
just say that. Every other guy, like, I got really angry at by the second date.
First date curse.
Because they were all jerks. You guys heard the story about the guy who had that license plate of the.
Yeah, Amber.
Like, they were complete. Like every person that I met was complete jerks.
Amber's parents and like friends and stuff encouraged her to like date around like while she was out with me. Like,
thank you so much for the super chat, Ruga. He wants the boxes from the packages.
You can have the boxes,
Oh
Ruga. We've got all kinds of sizes of boxes.
Basically, fine. I will just say it now because you haven't been able to say it for so many years because you kept me.
Freedom.
Okay.
Set me free. No, I don't care anymore, but it was.
My mom did not want me, and my family did not want me to say that Luke was my boyfriend.
Nope.
Even though we had been dating for like
6 months.
6 months
Yep.
to a year. So Luke didn't get to tell anyone he was my boyfriend.
No, I told people.
told people,
It's
but
just
then
there
it
was
was
there was a conflict when. Oh, really? Because she said this, and
I didn't want anyone.
her
to
family
think,
said this.
I was afraid. I was very afraid of saying you were my. I was afraid of saying anyone was my
Animal
boyfriend.
Crossing crying emote.
I was very scared
Uh-oh.
in general of dating anyone. I was terrified.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very difficult for me. Also, if I say this next thing out loud, it's gonna make everyone think I'm some kind of freak. But
You're not a freak.
I did not.
Amber's not the same person she was.
Luke did not like. I think that Luke dated me for like 6 months to a year before I let him hold my hand.
It's okay if you were like I
how
respected
I
that you wanted to
was
keep things slow.
I
I just wanted you to commit.
So like basically Luke dating me was a living nightmare. Like I told him like I wanted to date him, but
You weren't really allowed, even though you were in your 20s.
I was scared also because
I know. Guys are jerks.
Yeah.
Some guys. So
yeah, Luke went through a lot, like.
And then I won.
And then as soon as I actually held Luke's hand for the first time, which was like, we went to go see the fireworks. That's why I have that fireworks date on my Animal Crossing thing. That was like the first time he held my hand. I was like, that was like so huge for me. Like that's all that we did. We just held hands. Like that's the only thing that happened. Like there was nothing else. We just held hands, and like it was so huge, and I was so afraid to do that. That like basically like as soon as like before I held his hand, I remember thinking, okay, like if I hold his hand, then I'm gonna end up marrying him. Because I didn't want to say I held more than one guy's hand because I would feel like a floozy. So like yeah, that's why I was worried too, because I didn't want you to like, if you broke my heart, then I'd be like, oh, I've kissed all these guys, and I'm whatever. What?
You're funny.
What? I didn't want to like. I just wanted to be a little princess in a tower.
Aw, you're so cute. You're so cute.
Yeah, but you could have turned out to be a complete jerk.
Hey! Well,
And
I'm
then what
not a
would have
total
happened?
jerk.
After I held your hand, my hand would have been contaminated. And then how could I hold somebody else's hand? It would have already been pre-held.
My hand would have caused you to be contaminated.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Well, it's a good thing you were nice.
Basically, Lucas Scott Pilgrim. Oh, snap. Aw, Matt Newey doesn't like memes. I love memes. Memes are great. Memes are fun. Well, it depends on the meme, though.
Freedom boxes. Aww.
Freedom boxes.
The next NFT.
Level 18!
That's the level you hold hands. Level 18.
Level 18. Oh my gosh. Not now.
So, yeah, I drove, like, it was very awkward because we'd meet new people and Luke's be like, oh, this is my girlfriend. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, we're dating. like, it was so awkward because it made Luke, even though we had been dating for, like, you know, a year or something, it made Luke look like he was
lying.
Like, oh yeah, this is my girlfriend. Like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, dude. And it's like, no, she really is. Like,
she is. She's been going steady with me. Steady? What is this? The 70s? What term is that?
My parents were from the 60s, and I guess in their circle, you could date like 17 people at once. And my mom almost got me in a really big trouble because she was trying to encourage me to date multiple people. Because she said, if you date one person at one time, then you could miss the next person that you're supposed to marry. So you should just date everyone at once. That way you can decide from everyone. But
that's terrible advice.
That's really, really, really bad. Like, you should not do that because
it hurts people's feelings.
It does hurt people. Yeah. And, like, I did not know that, and I was so confused. My mom was, like, about to make me, like, the town floozy. Like, I mean, it's just, like, my mom was, like, encouraging me to do the worst thing. And then Luke, like, as soon as I saw this other guy, like, that I remember from first grade, and I was
celebrating 15 years, by the way.
Then I was like, well, it's fine. We're not officially boyfriend and girlfriend, even though we've whatever. And like and that one story where I said it happened after a few days, actually no, it happened after a year, didn't it? Where I met that other guy. And then I was gonna go see him for lunch or something, and you were like, do not do this. You cannot do this.
Yeah.
Because this is not okay. Like, this is not how normal people act. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, my family says it's fine and etc. But yeah, I listened to Luke and I did not do it. And I was like, no.
Yep.
You know, like, I'm dating Luke, so I'm not going to be dating him. So, you know, I'm really glad that Luke was the first person I dated more than one date because he really helped me learn how to, like, I remember there were certain times when we were dating and, like, I don't remember, like, I think it was when you asked me.
See, my life was hard.
When you asked, what was it? When you asked me to, even when Luke asked me to marry him, I was so conflicted because my family was so kind of like, they were just trying to push me this way and that. Mm-hmm. That I actually asked him, I said, what should I do? What should I say?
Say yes!
Like, I asked him because I didn't know what to do. So I literally, while I was dating Luke, I literally asked him for dating advice. Because I didn't know what to do. I was like, maybe this is, I was like, what should I do? And he was like,
oh my god. I have input in this? Okay. You're gonna say yes, lady. And she did! Woo! And I'm still happy, so yay. But yeah, I put a ring on that, like, pretty fast. So all that, like, nonsense would stop. Oh, it's okay if she's not my girlfriend. She's my fiancé! Boom! Yeah, eat it!
Yeah.
Take that, world! I got engaged real fast.
No! Was like Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, we can't do it.
Scott Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim? He's a
Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke got put through the ringer. But the crazy ones are always the most fun.
My ears. I'm sorry.
And I'm referring to myself. I was slightly off my rocker from just different things.
Sorry about your ears.
So
apologies.
I don't really know what the moral of this story is.
I don't know.
I guess, like, sometimes if you find a shy crazy girl who seems a little bit off, sometimes if you spend a year being, like, basically...
Where are you going?
I was gonna say completely mistreated by people around her, and I don't know.
Defeat the Goblin Lord.
Aww.
I don't think I can do this. I think we've come to the end of our our thing. Is Shadow right next to you? Yeah, she's being all quiet. No! Oh my gosh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. And bear.
So yeah, that's stuff that Luke's been holding in for a long time, cause
I've talked about it before.
I didn't want anyone to say anything because I felt so embarrassed.
But anyway, we're celebrating 15 years on June 3rd, so. And we were engaged from 2004 until 2006.
And on our first date, like, we both got the location wrong, or one of us did. So we both thought the other person stood us up.
I remember that, yeah. You were a difficult girl to pursue there, lady. But worth it.
Difficult.
Hey.
My goal was to.
I worked for it.
Sometimes my goal was just to make Luke leave me alone. So
my merit paid off.
Sometimes I just wanted Luke to. I wasn't trying to make him leave me alone. I just was really bad at. I wanted to, like, the idea of, like, in my mind, the fantasy life of falling in love, getting married, and having a happy life, but I didn't think that was real. Like, I didn't think that could possibly happen.
Oh boy.
So I just was always constantly trying to basically, like, kind of push Luke away, like, all the time.
Oh my gosh!
But I did write in my diary after our first date, like, after our second date, that I hoped that, you know, he would ask me to marry him someday.
And
but
I
of course,
did.
I never told him that, but
well,
it
yeah.
just made it so difficult.
Right,
I'm so sorry.
I'm fine. I'm made of sterner stuff.
I think I've destroyed you from the inside out, and now you're like a shell of your former self. After I like put you through like so much.
I'm fine. It definitely built character. Exquisite shield of embers. Exquisite seal of sparks. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yes.
I mean, like, for people like in the chat that are like, well, I don't know if I'll ever like
Oh
find
no.
somebody. It's like, well, it's probably better to know. Like, I feel like it would be better to be, and I don't know this from experience, but like, I feel like it would be better to be like not like it would be better to be single than to be the wrong person. 'Cause then you'd be in real trouble. That's what I was like worried about actually my whole life. Like, and then I know Lucas. I know, you know, I actually had a dream about Luke before I ever met him, so I'm gonna be done talking.
Oh, it's making me bite gems.
Yeah, like if I didn't end up marrying Luke, then I would definitely be alone. I always thought I would end up like Beethoven because I always wanted to write music, but Beethoven was always like really.
Yep. Hang on, honey.
What?
I have to buy gems.
Okay. But like Beethoven, when I visited Austria with my aunt and we learned about Beethoven, Strauss, and Mozart and stuff, Beethoven was the angry, angsty one of all those, and like apparently he lived in like 17 different apartments in Austria because he kept like getting like evicted because he was so angry all the time and he would like throw things. That's what people say or something. So I always thought I would end up like Beethoven, where I would just like pour myself into my work and be angry my whole life and just like basically hate my life and just be angry and just try to do something like write music. So I never thought I would actually be happy. Like I never thought I would. I still resist happiness.
No, you don't, because you're with me.
Aw, you always like try to like make me laugh or make me feel happy.
That's my job.
It doesn't matter if I'm happy or not.
Stupid microtransactions. I had to do it. I'm tired of losing. Gosh! Stupid troll face. Oh. Yeah, you really need to go back to town now. I can't believe I had to do that. Why? Wait, you're weak against ice? Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, that would be the scariest thing because, like, if I would just not want to be married to somebody that don't like. Like, it would be the worst thing ever because I'm the kind of person who's very loyal, so I would be very faithful my whole life, but then I'd be like, man, I'm stuck with this person.
Ah!
Oh my god. So, like, you know, it's better to be stuck with someone that, you love.
I wasn't expecting that. Sorry. I was expecting like a cute little townsperson and then not.
Yeah, I know.
This game keeps throwing me off, man. Alright, let me go die.
But if it makes you feel any better, guys, I do have very difficult time with a lot of my family, so if that helps anyone.
Me too. But Amber is my immediate family, so I don't have a difficult time with my family. My family that I had prior to getting married, you know, I love them and stuff, but we don't always get along. But Amber and I, you know, we left and we cleaved to one another like we're supposed to, and, you know, we have a lot of fun together. It's okay to have fun, like, as a couple, especially, like, all the years that we've been together. So that makes me very, very happy. Okay, so I need to quit this game before I end up going broke because I'm going to have to spend my money wisely in this game because we have no revives. No revives means each time I die, they're going to take 20 of my gems. And I need those gems to upgrade my weapons and do all kinds of stuff. So that's not going to fly with me. So, yeah. I'm happy to say that YouTube did not screw up our stream tonight. So you have another interesting episode of this game. There's something about this game. I think it's because it's dark and twisted that it just brings out serious topics. Also, I mean, the way the world is right now, everything's going to, like, Hades in a hand grenade at the moment. So I'm not my same self at this time because I can kind of sense the animosity and the craziness all around me. Like, I mean, there weren't people rioting in my town. They were peaceful protests, which means no rioting. Just, you know, people peacefully expressing their First Amendment right, which they have every right to do. But not far from here, people were burning down different places and things like that. So it's just kind of like, I just don't feel at ease. I just feel... When crazy stuff happens in the world, I, like, sometimes, like, I feel affected by it. Like, I just, like, everything's off. Like, your body just feels like electricity is just, like... the universe feels off. Like, the impulses or the magnetic waves. I'm Jean Grey, okay. I'm an empath. I can feel emotions, and
well, actually, Luke does get migraines when really bad stuff is happening.
I get migraines when I travel to other worlds. Maybe. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll discuss that another time.
We'll explain transforming to different worlds another time, which may or may not actually happen. Switching to different Earths. My head hurts again.
Ed says he left you a tweet that might perk your mood.
He left me a tweet. There was something cool with Sega going on, so.
Oh, yeah, Chad says we have to be in separate rooms before we do the. Before we do the Animal Crossing stream where we renew our vows.
We have a separate thing. It's called we live in separate towns in Animal Crossing.
But actually,
Holy cow.
Chad, I don't actually like that rule. I don't think that people should do that because that worked out really badly for us on our wedding day.
Includes gems, gold.
Like, people, like, tried to separate us, and we really needed to talk some stuff over before we got married, and, like, people didn't let us talk anything over, so it was really weird when we got married, because we didn't, like, they were trying to do this tradition thing where they separated us, but we actually really needed to talk some things over, but they wouldn't, they kept forcing us apart, and it was just really stressful, and it made it so it was very stressful when we got married because
I got it.
So yeah, I'm not a tradition person. Like, I don't believe, like, I used to be all like, oh yeah, everyone has to wear blue and something borrowed. I don't believe that. I think as long as you're with the right person, like, it doesn't matter if you get married, like, even if you get married on a roller coaster or whatever, as long as you're marrying the right, it's about the person you're marrying, not about the wedding. But yeah, I know, it's funny, Chad, yeah, like, we could be in our separate Animal Crossing towns to get married, or I mean, not get married separately, but, like, yeah, be in different towns and then come together at another town.
Ooh, fancy.
But yeah, we're trying to figure out. We might have somebody like do the, like be the what do you? I'm not gonna say presenter, like pastor or like officiator. So we have to actually work that out with them before June 3rd and figure out if there's
I don't think it's gonna get it's not gonna get to go the same way that we want it to, because there's just no time. Like, we're gonna do something fun, we're gonna hang out together, we're gonna party, hopefully we'll have like little wedding costumes or something like that, but you know.
Luke can fly?
I can fly, apparently. Oh, that's so peaceful, I love it. Yay! Yay, my town looks so good!
Aww.
I'm happy.
Aww. Yeah.
Alright. Well, our town is kind of getting along a little bit. I'm sick and tired of these being broken.
Simon says my marriage should be get married, then go out to eat. LOL.
Haha.
That sounds good.
That sounds great.
I wish I wouldn't have worried about like the different things in the wedding ceremony so much, because as long as you marry the right person, like that's what matters. We actually left our reception.
Yeah, we did.
We left, and then we went to Six Flags because.
Yep. Well, we had reservations for the hotel and stuff there. It's not like we just abandoned our honeymoon plans. Our honeymoon plans was to go to Springfield.
I would love going I would love going to like Italy or something, but you know, it's not like we were billionaires getting married or anything.
No, we didn't get married on a roller coaster. No, we got married in a church. We had a honeymoon at a theme park.
Yeah.
And we were gonna do other things, but we ran out of money. We were gonna go to there was an aquarium in Springfield too. There was a basketball museum. There was a lot of fun stuff to do there, but we didn't have a lot of money, so we went around the theme park. We held hands.
It was awesome though.
It was fun
because we were both Batman fans.
Yep.
That Six Flags theme park had so much Batman stuff. It had like a whole.
They just opened up the Justice League attraction when we went there. Like that week is when they opened it.
And I also thought
that was cool
from the beginning, because I put Luke through so much pain through our dating. I thought it's about time. Like, I have to make sure like that I don't put him through any more pain in our marriage. So like, so I made sure.
Animal
that,
Crossing
like,
emote.
I made sure, like, you know, like, his mom and stuff was like, you're gonna get rid of all his Batman pillowcases and stuff, right? And I was just like, no, because why would I not let him be himself? So, no, we still have all the Batman pillowcases from stuff. I didn't make Luke get rid of anything. I just added, we just combined our stuff.
Yep, we were like two separate rangers that combined Zords, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly. all our junk, all our hobbies. We just kind of like, we morphed them together, and it makes us happy. So anyway, people, like I've been saying, today is June 2nd now, so our anniversary is June 3rd. We'll be celebrating, I want to say 15, but I don't remember. Pretty close to that. I don't know what I'm streaming tomorrow. Once some things settle down in the world, I'll probably get back to showing, more games like Fortnite again and stuff like that, but we just had gunshots in our neighborhood like the other day, and it's just like, it just doesn't feel like... Timing is everything, right? And I had a lot of fun getting back to this, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think tomorrow is a member stream. I have to look at my list about what's going on. Oh, wait, no. I know what tomorrow is. You guys are probably going to freak out about this, but 2K Games contacted us, and the people that made BioShock and Borderlands and stuff like that. And while we can't look at BioShock and Borderlands, even though we have codes for those, and they're insanely big downloads, XCOM 2 is rated teen, and it's about aliens, and it's like a RTS game, so I think that's your stream tomorrow night. If you're going to pick it up on the Nintendo Switch, please be advised that it is 25 gigabytes. It is one of the biggest downloads on the Switch. And it's also a lot harder than it appears. Unless they nerf the difficulty. When Amber played it on PS4 a couple years ago,
it was harder than
it was hard. Yeah. Yeah.
It's also, it's just not rated or something.
Right.
But it's pretty violent.
But that game, it has more gigabytes of download space than Smash Brothers, Resident Evil 4, DC Universe Online is less. DC Universe Online is about 20 gig. So XCOM 2 on Switch, which we don't even know if it's a buggy mess or anything, it's 25 gigabytes. Do you know how long that's going to take to download? It's going to take us probably until 5 in the morning to download this if I start like now. But yeah, you guys have a fantastic night. We got Dragon Ball FighterZ for you tomorrow. We've got more Xenoblade and more. I forgot what the other game is that we have coming up. Shantae at noon. Xenoblade at 3 and Dragon Ball at 6. So, bye people. Have a great night. Oh, I have to do the plug again. I forgot about that. Now that we have Miss Quiet over here. So, thanks so much for watching Kwingsletsplays today. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. There's something crazy going on. Hit those notification bells so you never miss a stream or upload, because we upload every day. Special shout-outs to our members, who are our heroes, including our ultimates, who are listed here. If you want to become a hero, you can click this button here and select the tier that works best for you. It goes directly into the channel, and it helps keep us running. And without your support, it would not be possible anymore. So thank you. God bless you guys, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.